Yeah, show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. Run it up. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got hustles in like 80 ways. Kids if he won't take a lazy day. Wifey want me, told me take a break. I keep going to the paper straight. Then it's trips out to Montego Bay. If I take the job, bet I get it done. I said it before, I'm a 101. I just caught some ones, only wearing ones. Fornicate the funds, money made me calm. Diamonds on your neck, bet they on your neck. You want that watch, you better rock a tech. You want that chain, you better cop a vest. You want the check, but can you make it stretch? Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck, country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car till you get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault. I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me, oh you matter what. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me, gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me, why you hating on me? It's not adding up.
Yeah, show him I can still rap though.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the back like here I go again. Outside says the chirp, now the camera phone. Told you I'ma make, keep the channels on. Why you acting different when the camera's on? Why you acting different like your paper long? 8 day wake up and I thank God. Bad decision got you wishing you could say nah. My city gritty, you could get hit any day now. On my mama, I'ma move my family way out. With some 20s, 50s, hundreds, thousands, millions, billions, trillions, zillions. I'm talking Amazon money, talking so much money I could mess around and buy Amazon. I been winning, I'm like, why me? I heard these labels wanna buy me. I don't need you, boo, I style me. I roll G's and they grind me. Now I'm on my game, nothing is the same. Who am I to blame? Money made me change. Cardi in my ring when I'm switching lanes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Money in the carry on them Boeing planes. Now I got a buck for all those rainy days. Ain't have a day off in like 80 days. I got husky in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
All right, I'm here too, by the way. I'm back.
What happened? Why did you leave? We're live right now, yo. Yeah.
He had to go use that. He had to go use that tongue for a minute, Bob.
I was gonna say, man, he's not getting any younger. Nature might have been calling it real quick. Yo, what is going on, people? What is up, chat? You know what time it is. That is right. The next podcast is live. Yo, it's good to see everybody in the chat. What is going on? I hope you are having a great Thursday. I'm doing my best to have a great Thursday. I gotta work over the weekend, so Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I'm gonna be working 12 hours, each day and stuff. So this is my last day before that 3-day grind. Not only that, guys, I actually got in to play Overwatch 2 last night and a little bit today. But man, I gotta say, what a catastrophe of a launch for a game, yo. Any of you guys tried to play Overwatch 2? It is free to play.
They got DDoSed, if you didn't know.
Twice. They got DDoSed twice.
I played today a little bit.
Yo, I was in a queue that said I had 2,000 people in front of me last night, but my son wanted to play, so I left it up. And I was watching, and me and him, we're in an Xbox Live party together, and I was just messing with him. Like every 20.
They should have just hung it up. They should have just said, you know what? It's not happening tonight. Sorry.
I guess.
You said you wasted your time.
Yeah, I did get in. But I tried getting in the whole day before that, and it was just it was insane.
That's the Ice Fan again?
I have no idea. Yo, chat, let me know, guys. Have you gotten in
every week
and played Overwatch? Yeah, there's always some type. It's like some extra,
every week,
sound
Fred
effects
got
or something.
noise going on. Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
Like I don't know. I think he practices juggling ice cubes.
Shut up, bitch.
Well, cut that shit off.
He's making a damn drink. Leave him alone.
Do it before you get on the show.
If you make it a drink, make it a triple, man.
Because that shit loud. Mute yourself, bastard. Do something.
You know what? You talk shit, leave my fucking shit on.
What is up, bro? Dragonheart Yobi, it is good to see you, my brother. Verge Bizzle is in the house. Boss Mod Lethal Papa is in the chat.
Papa.
I'll let you know. He usually is checking it kind of like in the background. He was telling me, and now he's out there in the chat talking it up with people. What is going on? And of course, Toolman. My brother Toolman was first tonight. What is up, Six Slayer? Good to see you guys. Guys, you know what to do. Hit that thumbs up. Let people know we are live right now. And, hit up the comments. Let me know if you got into Overwatch 2. Let me know what you think about the game. I got to tell you, I feel like it's just a relaunch of the original Overwatch. That's the feeling I get from it.
Is this a topic or are you just going off the rails?
No, I'm going off the rails. I'm going off the rails.
Yeah, Fred's like, yeah.
It's the beginning.
You just made this topic.
I'm good, bro.
I don't usually command the mic that much. I'm saying.
Yeah, bullshit.
I don't usually.
Bullshit.
I usually let you guys.
There's a reason why you're not a panel member.
No.
I usually let you guys go crazy, when I sit back and I try to chime in when shit gets a little long. That doesn't really work out well, but so I figure I'll talk about something I wanted to talk about real quick. But guys, let's get into the intro.
Introduction.
Let's get into the intros. And let's start with the man who asked me if this was a topic because you know he does his research. He checks the DM. He looks at the topics and makes well thought out opinions. And he is a Next Podcast exclusive. It is Predator. Predator, what is up, brother?
Not much. Yeah. So I'm about to eat these tacos real quick. I'm fucking starving. I've been
All right,
working.
are they
I had to
soft or
work late.
crunchy?
I had to work. It's still the crunchy ones, man. I missed Taco Tuesday this week. It's taco. What was it? Tuesday was like National Taco Day. I missed it, so I had everything ready to go. So I'm fucking like, fuck it, I'm doing this shit today.
Fred,
So I'm much on
tacos
this shit
are
during the show.
good every day.
Hopefully, K Mega doesn't yell at me if I get start
He's
crunching.
thirsty for a taco.
I hate hearing people eat as well. So it is what it is, brother. But
I know. I try
Hey,
to
if
be
you
like,
can
yeah,
get away with ice, I can get away with a bag of chips.
No, you can't.
you
I will
can't.
mute
You can't.
your ass. I will
We're not
mute your ass.
talking about the
You
same
can.
crunchiness.
And a lot of times,
Nobody wants to hear.
my mic is muted and it's not. And
Nobody comes to the show
with
in hopes to hear people eating. That's the way I feel about it. I could be wrong, but
I think it's an Overwatch time, and I know it's not a topic, but I think it's an Overwatch in today. And you're right. It feels like Overwatch, just more Overwatch. It feels exactly the same as the original game. So
you're pretty much.
It's
new
a
characters.
remaster.
No, no,
Oh,
it's
but
not.
at least
It's
it's
not published
free.
by Sony.
At least it's free.
But let's see. Next on the list, the man, the myth, the legend. You know him as an inventor. Yes, a creator. Coming out with the hashtag crispy truth. Guys, you got to use that on Twitter when sharing the truth out there. Of course, it is Crispy Bomb. What is up, brother?
Oh, spectacular. What's up, everybody? And yeah, we got topics. I don't know what topics we actually have according to Sir X-Man, but it's all right.
Put it down there. He wrote it in the description.
I did.
Description
or title?
well, let's just say we have topics. Let's get into it.
Nice, brother.
Hot topics.
Next on the list,
spicy.
Coming live from the 405, and he is a rec addict in NBA 2K. It is my brother, K Mega. K Mega, what is up?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? Ready to get back onto the rec. I am now officially a level 24, so I'm going to get to before the night is up. Try to get to as close to 30 as I possibly can.
We're halfway through the season, right? So you're.
Oh yeah, we're a little bit over half. Yeah, I mean since because I need to get this trike for the before that little thing comes out. But I don't know.
I want the golf cart, bro.
Well, I mean, I want the golf cart, but I just want to get it done because I've never done it before. So and I do enjoy having people, grown ass adults, call me trash when I have a bad game over a video game. It is pretty amazing how into their feelings that some of these people are. But when I do good and when they play like trash, you know what I do? I slap them on the ass and say, try harder next time. Let's go.
Yeah, fucking calling names, dude. I got a message that told me to go to PlayStation at one point in time.
Damn.
And I didn't even have it. Wasn't even that like it wasn't even that bad of a game. You know what I'm saying?
No, like I mean, it's just like if you just miss a certain.
If I don't get the ball, I can't produce nothing. If nobody passes me the ball, I can't produce nothing.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy. Like these people be on, man. Like what? Like man, you shot 25 times and you only made 5 shots. And what? What?
I think they need to go to Ouya. Right. They might have to play, a retro version of NBA, man. Play it on the Ouya.
Get double dribble and practice the fadeaway 3 from the corner.
There you go.
Lord.
Double dribble.
Well, on that note, and let's get to the man who came up with the original Atari controller. That is right. He said all you need is one stick and one big red button. It is my brother, Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, what is up, man?
I'm just here. I'm just extremely disappointed.
In what?
I've been primed all day for this, man. Primed all day for the past 2 days, and my
What?
topic's not here, but I'll roll with the
He's
flow.
got a full
And
load
hang
for you.
with the flow.
You dude, did you check?
At least Crispy got a chance to talk about the subject the other day. But I'll just hang out with my homies.
You should start with that just to satisfy him.
Because I had some serious PlayStation. Woo! I was gonna light that shit up, but just chilling.
You know, Sir X-Man,
I
you
love
do
you.
know the topics are in the next podcast DM, right? You do know I list them in the DM.
Well, why you trying to hurt my
Is he in there?
goddamn-
I thought it was only for members.
Sir
Why
X-Man's
you
in there.
trying to hurt my feelings in the pregame then, bro? That's just wrong.
I didn't say anything. I wasn't the one.
Voice,
Hold on.
You caught me with my voice back now. You done fucked up.
Yo, this is
and
blasphemy
this is
right
where
here.
you fucked up.
Yo, chat, this is absolute
Let's
blasphemy.
do
I didn't
it.
say nothing. I said nothing. All right. Somebody was just jumping the gun over there. I don't know.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Somebody was primed and ready for that shit, dude.
Well, Sir X-Man.
He on X Games mode.
Yeah. Yo, Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man.
I like that one, K-Mega.
Yo, since I'm talking to you, and since I know you are a racing gamer, you get into racing games.
Yes,
just
sir.
today, they unveiled the trailer for Need for Speed Unbound. Now, with Unbound, they are going back to quote unquote illegal street racing, like putting money up to race against cars and winning that prize pool, stuff like that. Now, the unique twist in this is you have ultra realistic environments, ultra realistic cars, of course, heavy customization, but there is a cell shaded / anime style when it comes to different effects. Like when it comes
they pushed that out last year, didn't they? The trailer for that.
You didn't? No, you saw
the Need for Speed Defense Force.
You saw an early engine kind of like leak almost. That
right,
dude. You didn't see the trailer?
No, not yet. Send me a link somewhere, dude. Send me a link on my
phone. Well,
I
did have it in the starting soon on here. Like I did that, but all you have to do is go to YouTube and type in Need for Speed Unbound, and it's right there, bro.
Here's my question: why didn't you call it Need? If you got all those things, why didn't you call it Need for Speed Underground 3?
I think that's actually a good. That's a good question, man.
People been hopping for a Need for Speed Underground for over 20 years.
Because you also had Carbon, which had the same effect.
Oh, I love Carbon. Carbon was a great game.
Carbon was pretty good, but
Carbon Most Wanted.
Underground 2 was incredible.
This is a little bit different than Carbon and in a sense of where they're going with the anime stuff.
Yeah,
understandable.
All right.
Understandable.
Yo, K Mega, did you check out the trailer?
Oh,
we're gonna let Sir X-Man
13 times.
We're gonna let Sir X-Man go and check out the trailer before he responds to it. I think he's gonna come back with some energy once he sees what it is. Now, again, I think I described it pretty accurately.
What is it called again? Need for Speed what?
Unbound. Unbound.
Okay, let me mute myself.
All right, brother. I gotta say, overall, I think it looks pretty cool. I can see a lot of things in terms of customization because of the style. I feel like you might be able to customize your kind of like graphics, your cartoon graphics for like sliding and the tire smoke and stuff like that. I see a lot of promise there. The only thing I feel is off, and I want your thoughts and opinions, but I will let you know the only thing I feel is off is the drivers themselves. They went with that cartoony, cel-shaded look for the drivers. So you have realistic cars, realistic world. I like the splashes of like that anime type art style when it comes to the effects. But then you have your full driver is in that style as well. So I'm a little off about that, man. But what were your thoughts and opinions on this game, bro? On the trailer, at least, that we saw so far.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I loved it. I loved everything about it. I love the way that the swag with it. And listen, um, the last couple of trailers that EA has done with Need for Speed, those trailers has been off the chain. But mind you, the last Need for Speed was a good game.
Oh, it's really
that was
good.
not that was a really good game. It was actually getting closer to the roots of what we were wanting with Need for Speed. So if anybody has not tried the last Need for Speed, go try it out.
And that
On
is
top of
Heat.
that, they
It's
brought
called
back
Need for Speed Heat.
yeah,
guys.
yeah, Need for Speed Heat, and they brought back the other Need for Speed. I forgot what that name was because I haven't played them in a while.
Hot Pursuit.
Hot Pursuit, yeah. So now with this one, with this new one right here, Unbound, it's something I feel that EA needs to do with a lot of their products. Well, I should say a lot of their IPs going forward. Just completely different from everything else. Like Battlefield is in a position by itself. It just needs to be done properly. Need for Speed has kind of lost itself because of the way Forza and Gran Turismo has done its thing. So they've been trying to find their niche, and I think this is exactly what it is because Heat kind of was the way that the crawl before they walk, and this right here, Unbound, seems like this is getting back to the original recipe of the Most Wanted, Carbon type of situation. Even going back to and not doing like stuff like Payback and all that. And the reason why I say that is because there's been some stuff that's been written out that they're saying like, look, it's back to like drive club shit. Like it's just completely about street driving. It's not about anything else. How the story is from
Did you see this? Like because I read some things about it too because some information came out afterwards.
Yeah, I read some things about it. It's basically about two homies or whatever, and they had a shop got robbed, and they have to come up, and the only way that they got to come up with money because I guess some organized crime type of situation is going on, and so they don't know if, and so these friends are at odds, and so the only way that one of the friends can come up with this money is by doing street racing, and so they have to, and so it gets pretty intense, and then the story is
Basic
is
story,
kind of
pretty much.
it's gotten back to like going back to where it's just predominantly about the streets, not trying to go anything outside of that. And then of course with the customization aspect, it sounds a lot more like what it's with Underground and Carbon, and even the other racer that
Looks
was
like
there.
it looks like I've seen it and some of the ramps and things. Yeah, exactly where I was going. It looks like Most Wanted, but cel shaded. Yeah,
right. And but I love this new look. I mean, because really, because remember, if you go back to the one Need for Speed, I cannot remember. I'm having a problem with my Need for Speeds right now, but it was the one that like people said it wasn't that bad, but it just wasn't enough, and it was all live action. It came out like kind of like in the middle era of last gen. And it was a green Porsche that was the head car, but it was
I remember, but I can't remember the name.
I can't remember the
I think
name.
that's when they just rebooted Need. It just said Need for Speed.
It could have been.
I think
it was that one. It was the revamp version. Yeah, they put a story mode to it.
It could have been. Yeah, and they put an actual story, live action, kind of like story mode.
I got
to
that
it or
one
whatever.
too. I
do too. But I even got Payback. So, but regardless,
I got that too.
I think. Yeah, I got all the Need for Speeds damn near except Shift is the only one I don't have. I don't have Shift 1 or 2.
Need for Speed Shift was amazing.
A lot of people said, but I was deep into Gran Turismo, and then that's when I first got into Forza. So, but overall, I feel that this is Need for Speed getting back into the roots. I thought Heat did a great job, and I was excited for what it was, while a lot of people were skeptical of it. I think now that they found the recipe, I think now they're going to take it to the next level and give us what we've been asking for with Most Wanted, Carbon, and things like that. So, I just, the only thing that I just need to know is what kind of racer will this be? And from the indications of what I've read is that this is going to be one of these continuous type of racers. I don't want them to go to having just a racer and then the game is over, and then people just kind of, they play it for like, 3 to 6 months, and then they just drop it. I want them to continuously stay on it, kind of like how Forza is, how other racers are now starting to go, kind of be like of a service. Because if they do that with the way that this game looks, and the way that this game sounds like it's going to take us back to the roots, I think that this could be exactly what Need for Speed needs to get back into the race.
Extended cities, add extended cities.
Extended parts of the city and things like that.
It's funny you say that, K-Mega, because like also within my reading, they talked about supporting it after launch, saying launch is just the beginning. So in other words, they're going to be adding content, stuff like that over time, kind of like. And I think with today's generation of gaming and such, when you look at racers, I think that's just their natural progression. I know, some games they try to push it in terms of a service kind of like, structure and keep adding content. But I feel like games like racers, because inherently, whether they're legal or illegal, it's still like a sport. You know what I'm saying? And you got you got like NBA 2K doing seasons, stuff like that, adding content over time, all that good stuff. So, to me, it feels like it would just be a natural evolution, of the racing game.
Now, if EA can get together and just give me a brand new Burnout in the traditional style, I'll be a happy man.
Nice. Yeah, I don't know about Burnout. I don't even know if they're thinking about Burnout right now.
Oh, they're probably not,
that's
dude.
over. Yeah, Burnout. I think is over with. Yeah.
But Burnout does have a cult following, dude, and it would sell. There ain't no question about that.
I got you, man. I got you. I don't. I think it looks cool. One thing I did want to say, this is Criterion as the developers, coming back and kind of like taking over. It's no longer Ghost.
Oh, I didn't know it was Criterion.
Yeah, Ghost. Ghost.
They might bring back another Burnout because Criterion created Burnout.
Well, they're doing Unbound right now, and they're
right now, but I'm talking about as far as future.
They're going to continue to make content for it afterwards.
Stop dropping on my dreams, Christy. I'm feisty today.
Oh no.
Don't take a turd, brother.
But
I just did it about 2 hours ago. I'm good.
So this is the first game that they're taking over, and they said basically that they're trying to get back to the roots of the Need for Speed, kind of like the underground stuff like that, and that's really their inspiration for Unbound. Again, I see a lot when it comes to customization, not just your standard car stuff, which they have a lot of that. I noticed that there were different colored rims. Like you didn't have to just have all the same color rims. Like your headlights.
You could color the rims in Need for Speeds, dude. You were able to do that.
Yeah, but I'm saying that's still a thing and more. Like I saw like taped out headlights, all that good stuff. I can't wait until they kind of dive deeper into like the customization of the cars and such. But I gotta say, K-Mega, when we first saw that early build, I was like, man, I don't know about this, bro. I
said no, man. There's potential. This is just the start of it. We did it also because I think that was on GRG when I showed that, right? And you was on the show that night, right? I think so.
That trailer.
They're so close together, bro. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, I wouldn't take a credit. No, I was just saying, because Bot was there when we were talking about it, and I know, but I showed like video, and I would have swore that he was there on the show that night where we were commenting about it. So because we're racer fans. Me and Bot are racer fans, and so is Don. So it's like what I'm saying. But Don is particular.
I'm not a racer fan.
I don't know. Not like that. Not like me.
Oh, hell to the no.
Yeah, maybe not as in depth as me and K-Mega.
Yeah.
That's because I don't play with you guys. That's why.
Hey, whose fault is that?
It's not mine.
That's your fault, bro.
Yeah,
and my fault. All you do is play basketball.
Oh well,
and Destiny.
You're talking about like recent history because
because
I can show you how many hours I have on like all the Forzas, Horizon, Motorsport, stuff like that.
I can show you. Can we not? You ever look?
No, let's not go through that.
Sorry, we're not talking about Gears, Crispy. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I've already established where I'm at, buddy.
We know,
Sorry.
man. We know.
Well, Crispy, did you get a chance to check out the trailer for Unbound?
Yeah, I got a few things to say.
Okay,
Need
go
for
ahead.
Speed Unbound is unbound from my freaking wallet. And
Oh,
I am not going to even touch that with a 10-foot pole. That is all.
really?
Enjoy and argue about what I just said. I don't care.
Well, no. Can you give us a little like clarity into why? Is it you don't like the art style or what's going on?
Reestablishing yourself, which you kind of did before, and doing the same damn thing is not worth my money. Maybe I'll try it on EA Play. I doubt for a second it's going to wow me and be like, I need to buy this. And I'm just sitting here saying, yeah, no soup for you, motherfucker. Okay, like and my wallet does not care about Need for Speed. Like I said, maybe I'll try it. Maybe if bot like talks me into trying it. That's the last time. I'm sorry, the one you bought me. I can't with it anymore. Like I like the hot pursuits and stuff.
Did I get
like
you
you
Heat?
give me. I think it was Heat. I believe. Yeah.
Hey, I
Yeah, no, which I appreciate, but you kind
You
of
didn't like Slayer. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm over here typing to Slayer. You didn't like Heat?
Yeah,
I didn't like Heat, dude. No. I mean, the only thing that was a little fun was going and finding the freaking special cars. You know what I mean? Like that's it. I mean, other than that, like it felt like I was playing Forza Horizon. I mean, really. I mean, it felt similar. You know what I'm saying? Like and I have one in Game Pass that I didn't pay, and I didn't pay for this. Thank you, bot. But I mean, that's
okay.
I
still got the W. I still got the W for handing over Doom Eternal to you. So that's all good, man. They can't
I still haven't beat it yet, though.
You bastard.
Have you beat it?
That's another topic. I don't know if we're gonna.
Okay. All right. Well, we're not getting into that.
But I don't know.
But hey, we haven't. I can't say shit because I haven't beat it. I mean, dude, that game is insane though, and I will gladly go back to it. When I feel like it.
Well, that's the great thing about a single player game, though. That's the great thing.
Some single player games grab you like that.
You don't have
Some
to beat
don't.
it right then and there. You can tackle it whenever you want to. Whenever you're like, you know what?
When you get your butt whooped in NBA 2K, and you're like, I gotta freaking kill something. Yeah, let's go, baby. like that's Doom Eternal. It's like, yeah, let's freaking tear some heads off and
take
stuff.
all
like,
my frustration out.
Like Limp Bizkit break stuff, baby. Like, let's go. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, Need for Speed is what it is, dude. Like, I don't know. I need to see more. I need to see something better. I get the anime stuff. I mean, with the cyberpunk, like it feels forced. Like Cyberpunk Edge Runners.
I can see.
You know what I'm saying? Like it feels forced. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and I think that's just a product. I can see where people would say that. I'm not necessarily agreeing with it. And you can also look at it like Criterion and EA. They kind of had their fingers on the pulse of what's coming up to be popular because this game had to be in development for multiple years. You know what I'm saying? And it's coming out at a point in time where Edge Runners is out. You're looking at a point in time where anime is just grown so exponentially. Like it's absolutely insane. The anime market right now.
And I just want to say, if you're a Need for Speed fan, like even like more recent than like the past, like I am. Like the past games, like they always just have this place in my heart. But if you're a Need for Speed fan, like recently, like in the past, like I'd say 5 years, I'd probably say you're in good hands. You know what I'm saying? Because Criterion's no joke. You know what I mean? So, you take my words and say, I don't care if you're a huge Need for Speed fan, especially within the past recent games. You know what I mean? Like the past 3, I'd say. Other than that, like if you're kind of like, and you might be a little off put of the way Horizon does things. It is different, but not for me. You know what I mean?
I will be playing Forza Horizon 5 next week, starting Tuesday, because the 10th anniversary update will be live then. and they got a couple things there. But I don't know.
Hey,
Yo,
Xbox,
what's up?
your icons aren't on the screen again.
Mother.
I
All
just
right.
thought I'd let you know, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I mean, I just
If
wanted.
you don't know my voice by now, I apologize, and you need
He's
to
Sir,
listen more.
he's
What
Sir
about for the
X-Men,
new
and I'm
people?
Crispy Bomb.
Oh wow. Are you really introducing each other? Oh, that's incredible. But it's actually good that the icons aren't up right now, just to show people the back compat power of the Xbox Series X and Dead Space 2. Like, dude, fucking awesome, man. Absolutely. I never beat this game. But I started playing it this week. And phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. It brought back kind of like that fear, like you're hearing the noises and you're looking left and right. You saw it, you would see it in the gameplay if you're checking out the gameplay. Like these things that were like fucking creature raptor type things that would come up on me fast, and I'm looking down the hallway to the left, down the hallway to the right. I'm just waiting for whichever one is gonna pop out and run after me first, and just that tension. Absolutely love it, man.
Dead Space. Wait till you play Dead Space 2. It's even worse.
That's what this is, Dead Space 2.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
Oh, gotcha. But
They look the same.
Yo, Pred, I gotta ask you if you checked the trailer for Need for Speed Unbound, and do you have any thoughts on what they've shown?
I saw the trailer, but I'm really not a Need for Speed guy, so I didn't really give a shit. So, no, I mean, I don't. I'll say this: I've never liked that shelf shaded art direction
Okay.
in any game I've ever played. I mean, any game I've ever played, whether it was Zelda, pick one. Like, I've never liked that art style. So, like, that alone would make me not even play this game. I know it's kind of petty, but I've never liked that art style. I've never gravitated to that. I can't think of a game I enjoyed and played that had that art style. And
What about
You ever play
Borderlands?
13?
What about Borderlands?
No, I didn't like Borderlands. I'll never play 13. Like I played the last Borderlands, but I played it with somebody and we were just rushing through it and I never went back to it. I mean, like I've just never liked that art style.
Okay.
And I don't know, that's a me thing. I get it. But I've never liked it, and anytime I've seen it, I've shied away from those games. And I think the only game I've played, like I've tried Zelda, the last Zelda, I forget what it was.
Breath of the Wild.
Breath of the Wild, and I didn't like that.
I didn't like it either, man. Honestly.
And there was some other mechanics in Zelda I didn't like either because of it too. But like
Breaking
like the
weapons.
weapon.
But even though it was
shit,
cell shaded, though, Wind Waker was really good.
I did enjoy Wind Waker back then, but I've grown
back then.
up now. Yeah, so like I prefer more realistic, and again, it's a me thing, right? It's just I've never liked that art style.
It's not you, it's me, Pred.
So Pred, I got a question. I got a question for you on the links thing. Would you please, and you agree with me? Could you please grow Links up, please? It's too long. He's been a kid.
I think he is grown up, actually.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he is grown up, man.
It's Nintendo, man. They're not trying to change that. They're not trying to change that character. They're like the same story over and over again, but they changed the mechanics of the games. So, which is fine. I mean, I love Zelda. I just could not get into the last one. Just the weapon damage thing. But I mean, I know we're talking about Need for Speed, but like just on the shell shaded thing, that was one of my biggest turnoffs. But I tried it. Like, I'm not gonna be like, I hate this. I tried it out because I love the franchise, and I just couldn't get into that game and the art style and the mechanics in the game. But going forward, I've never gotten into the cell shaded shit. Like, to me, I'm like, and I get it's an art style. I get that, people are gonna, they're gonna do that. To me, I think it's kind of like, we don't want to put too much effort into this, so we're gonna make it cell shaded. You know what I'm saying? So like, and it's like, we're not gonna do any realistic artwork for it. We're not gonna do any realistic, graphics.
It's not full like that. Like, the cars in the world are realistic looking.
And here's the other part of this. My race of choice is the Forza series. So it's hard to come from both Forzas, Horizon and Motorsport, with, the realistic sim racing, especially in Forza Motorsports, is you get, and then going to that, I think again, I've not played Need for Speed, but I think it's more story driven too, and maybe that's why. But I just want to race. I want to tune my car and fuck with it a little bit. And even if I got this game, I don't know how much I'd play of it. To be honest with you, it's just like it's just never been my style of racer. You know, between PGR and Forza, that's always satisfied my niche for racing.
PGR was life.
Yeah, and I love Gotham racing. Oh my god, I love that game so much.
Man, I know the feeling.
I almost hate to say this, but when PGR came out, I almost prefer that style of just fun racing than over Forza Horizon. I mean, I just had so much fun with Project Gotham Racing when it first came out.
It was something about those kudos, man. It just
I know, man, right?
Addictive, man.
Like,
it was so addictive. Oh my god,
when you're racing, so like
something in common. Holy shit!
And I know, K Mega and you are huge racing fans, and y'all can tell me everything I need to know about Need for Speed. And you know what? When it comes to Game Pass, maybe I'll try it out, but I've just never had
it will, and it will hit like EA Play. I would say maybe 9 months.
They'll give you a 10-hour trial, though. Remember,
yeah, that's true too. So I mean, I'll try the trial out. Maybe it'll change my mind, and that's the whole purpose of having Game Pass and having EA access and stuff like that. Like you get to play these games you would probably never try anyway. So I'll give it a chance, and I'll see if I like it. But I mean, my spending habits for games recently, I would say probably since Game Pass has come out, it's been like, I ain't buying that.
Oh, you don't buy no games? Hold on. You don't buy no games?
No, I bought golf. I bought the big boy version of golf the other day.
You gonna be playing with us, brother?
I did. I bought it on the Xbox. Just for you.
My man.
Yes.
I do. I still
the
buy
only
games.
one gonna be left out is K Mega. Damn.
I am more frugal when it comes to purchasing games. But I know they're coming to Game Pass. I'm like,
we know.
I'm gonna wait on that. So
did you get the Michael Jordan? You got the Michael Jordan edition.
I got the big boy version. Well, the most expensive one is Daddy.
The Shut Up edition. The Shut Up edition.
Yeah, I got the $100 one.
Shut your mouth! I buy games.
You got the Tiger
That's
Woods.
right. That's right. Shut your mouth! I buy that shit edition. The Shut Up edition, ladies.
I ain't gonna lie. On the expensive Battlefield edition.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I almost said fuck y'all and almost bought the PC version for Steam because I got my goddamn Steam Deck and I was like, this is gonna be a great game to play on the go.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I ain't gonna do y'all like that. That's on them for not making the shit crossplay.
I know that would have been hot.
Yeah, yes, why? Like, I don't understand why they wouldn't do that, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, but I know we're talking about Need for Speed, so I don't want to get off topic too much. But I mean, I'll try it. I will give you all that promise. I'll at least try it out on EA Access and see how it plays and see if it's something I'm interested in. But
when you try it, let me know, man. We'll roll. Like it maybe be me, you, Mega, and Sir X-Man if he decides he's actually going to play a racing game.
I'll try it out. I'm gonna do the trial first.
He's on so many podcasts now that he probably doesn't have time to race.
Man, sounds like everybody else on my schedule. I won't be on any podcast.
But all right, Sir X-Man, do you have any thoughts on the trailer, bro? I know you've chimed in here and there, but you got a chance to see it now, right?
Yeah, it looked cool, but that's just not. I'm not too enthused.
It's too young blood for you. You too old school.
No, it's not that. I don't mind shell shaded.
He wants to play the Atari.
I just feel like I just feel like it's not a Need for Speed. It's a copycat of the other shell racing games. Everything depends.
Unbound from his wallet.
Everything depends on how the physics are.
Yes.
How the gameplay is.
Yes, Sir X-Man. How the cars feel.
Everything, how they handle. If they are really arcadey, I am not gonna like it.
Well, what you call it has always been arcadey. Need for Speed.
No. I know, but I'm talking about
Burnout, which is one of the most arcadey franchises ever created.
What are you talking about?
But Burnout's a totally different game, though.
Not the racing aspect.
No, the racing aspect is very arcadey.
I know, but it's a totally different game than Need for Speed.
Need for Speed has always been an
I played the
arcade
original
Sims.
Need for Speed back in the
Shift is
day.
the only ones that weren't.
Oh, I love Shift
Yeah.
so much. Oh my
The-
god,
that was
That's when they
more
tried to go
traditional.
real. That's when they
amazing.
tried to go
They tried
real.
to go real. Every Need for Speed has always been.
I had an
arcade
Xbox
style.
steering wheel for that one, boy. It was awesome.
Yo, Sir X-Man, while you're talking about this, check out this gameplay real quick. This is a game called Proteus. I don't know if you
I'm
played
playing
it.
Proteus, dude.
Oh, okay.
I'm at
All right.
I'm at the
This is-
fifth map now.
This is
I
right.
just
This
gotta
is right
find
up your
time.
alley, brother. Right up.
I know.
Your
I'm
alley.
playing Proteus. I love that game. That game's amazing.
Game's
dude.
crazy, man.
Yeah, but I just don't want Need for Speed to get away from what Need for Speed still is.
And what
You
is
know,
that? And what is that?
It's cops and robbers.
It's a little arcadey, but you have real physics. You know, I don't want them to get away from that. I don't want the physics to be like thrown out the window. You know, I love the customization. I love customization in Need for Speed. Pretty much not too many games can beat the car customization in a good Need for Speed game. You know, I give them that. And
I think they got better customization than Forza. That's for damn sure.
Yeah, they got better.
What he's trying to say is
yeah,
that
but
he's
you
going
ain't
to try
got
the
you
game.
don't have no nitrous. You don't have no you don't have and Forza. You don't have no where you can put glows underneath the car and stuff like
We
that.
need
You know what
glows.
I'm saying?
We need glows.
We need glows underneath the car, you know?
Old school.
Things
Yeah,
like that.
Troyski.
I
Troyski.
hope neon, yeah. You know, and I hope they keep that in there. If you're trying to, you know, give the feel of underground, I don't mind the shell shading thing. Give the feel of underground because I saw those ramps in there, and that was underground and most wanted. And I love the ramps in Need for Speed.
It's crazy to hear people say like, "Well, I don't mind the cell shading thing." Like, I feel that's a highlight in this game.
True.
And then not only
I
that,
think
but
it
check
might
this
be
out.
a
Hold
UG.
on, Sir
Probably
X-Man.
a
Not
good
only
tool.
that, but real quick, when it comes to adding content, having your character, which again, I'm a little off about having your whole character in that style, but in terms of creating customization, like different clothes and different effects for your cars, it's a lot easier doing it in that style than
Inside
trying
car
to make it the
customization.
realistic. What happened?
Yeah.
How was
Inside
it
car
almost 9 o'clock?
customization.
Well,
You
I
know,
don't know about that yet.
They had that in some Need for Speeds.
They
I'm
had
sure
that
they had it in
Midnight Club.
Heat.
They had that
Heat.
they
Yeah,
had
they
it in
had it
Midnight
up-
Club
yeah.
LA for sure, man.
I always
Oh,
had it in a midnight club.
Oh.
Yeah.
I miss that, man.
But I just hope they still stay to the true Need for Speed format because it looks like it's going the direction of an underground, and I like that. I just have to get myself used to the shell shading part, which looked really good. Don't be fooled. I think it looked really good, the shell shading. And the way they shined on the cars and stuff like that, and the way they was rolling and stuff like that. And I just hope I'm not disappointed by another EA thing. Just put it like that.
I got you. When it comes down to it, being kind of like skeptical because of history, I can kind of see that. But I feel like the only thing I have a question about is something that you said, Sir X-Man, and it is a key. It is a foundation to any
Physics,
racing
baby.
game. It's how do the cars feel? All right. If I can get into it, if the cars feel like they got weight to it, but yet you can still sling them around corners. If
You shot that, I just walked through that fire, dude.
yeah, if you messed up my train of thought there. How the cars feel. If every type of car and every car kind of has their own unique feel. If you have a muscle car, you don't want it to feel like a tuner. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. If you have a rear-wheel drive V8 car, you don't want it to feel the same as a V6 all-wheel drive car. Those are two totally different experiences, and if they get that down, this is going to be an awesome game. But guys, talk about getting down. We got to get to the next topic, and we are going to go down to South America because the Brazilian government, I believe the division is called CADE, CADE, has approved the Activision Blizzard King acquisition from Xbox. So over in Brazil, they see no problem with it, with no concessions and no restrictions. Not only that, but they decided to put out in their kind of like briefing of what they found, which they pretty much found nothing, and said that they have no problem with this deal going through. It seems like they gave a little pimp slap to Sony and PlayStation. I'm going to read this real quick. Just a little excerpt, maybe 2 sentences here. It is important to highlight that the central objective of CADE's activities is the protection of competition for Brazilian consumers and not the defense of the particular interests of specific competitors. And we all know what Sony did. Sony tried to reach out to Brazil and be like, yo, this is all messed up, man. If they get Call of Duty, if they take it off our platform, we are doomed. There's no way we can survive.
Stop snitching.
Not only that, but in kind of like their briefing, they also stated that basically Nintendo is successful and competitive without having a single Activision game on their platform. Sir X-Man, you wanted to go in on this, right, bro? You wanted to talk about this. Now is your chance. Sir X-Man, what do you think about this? And not only that, but Saudi Arabia has also signed off on this with no concessions and no restrictions as well. But Sir X-Man, what do you think about the outcome here? Do you think this is the beginning of kind of like the flood doors opening in terms of acceptance for this acquisition? And what do you think, man? Do you think it was slander the way that Cade threw shots at PlayStation and Sony, bro?
I'm saving my rant for tomorrow's show. I'm going to be nice today.
You said you wanted to talk
said-
about. You said everybody on the panel. He said he wanted to talk about it.
I'm
Whoa.
going to be nice today.
He's a K Mega exclusive, apparently.
It's
Oh.
the rant is the K Mega exclusive. But I will make a quick little.
So this means
comment.
I'm gonna get a copyright strike. Go ahead, let's go.
I'm gonna get
bitching
demonetized.
No, I'll shut his ass down if he gets too crazy. But no,
I will
Welcome
clear
to-
my throat on GRG tomorrow. That's right. But congratulations, Microsoft.
don't feed the gremlin.
Congratulations, Microsoft. For I'll give a little here for putting the little Sony in their place and Jim Ryan, and he's not as powerful as he thinks he is when it comes to the world. Go Microsoft and do your thing. I'm done. Thank you. Next.
He said, "I'm done."
So basically, I need some clarification, Sir X-Man. You just talk smack about how I got to talk about this, yet you have nothing to say now. That is quite interesting, sir.
Quite interesting.
So let's clear the air, my friend.
Uh-oh.
He is
Nothing.
muted. He's done.
He's like, nah, that's it.
All right. Fine.
He had to go take his multivitamin,
You're gonna
bro.
fucking get it. Let me clear my throat. Excuse me, Jim. You bit off more than you can chew. You might have gaming, but I repeat, Microsoft pretty much has the world. And Microsoft is not up there with you. And they saw that. They read through your bullshit. And they said, you're number one. You're number one. What the fuck are you scared of? Are you scared of this? If you wanted Activision, you could have paid for it. You could have bought it. You could have found a way. You could have got a loan from somebody. Oh, yeah, Microsoft didn't have to get a loan. They just pulled out that big-ass wallet and said, here you go. $70 million in cash. There you go. But you don't have that right now. So you have to let that go. Let it be. Stop crying. Deal with the situation. Be nice to Microsoft, or they will take it away after your 3 years deal. You know,
It's like the
stop
old
your bullshit.
fisherman with the dollar
You
on
woke up.
the end of the
You
fishing pole.
wanted to talk all that shit for the last 10 to 13 or whatever the fucking many years it was, and now it bit you in the ass. Man the fuck up, accept your fucking losses, deal with it, and play nice with the rest of the gaming consoles. Or else you will find yourself lost in a state of shit and wonder how the fuck you got there. I'm done.
Okay.
And I was
Okay.
being
Yeah,
nice.
I think you reserve some more energy for tomorrow. So that's good.
I
That's
gotta
good, man.
say something for K Mega.
No, definitely. That's why I said that's good. That's perfect. You got energy here, you got energy over there.
Oh, and my voice
I
is back. I'm wide
I
the fuck awake.
I think K Mega is happy as well because I think you let out some of that that pent up energy. So I don't
Oh,
think
we
you're gonna
all were
go.
feeling about
I
them because
I
it was total
I
bullshit.
don't think you're gonna go demonetization level tomorrow. So that'll be a good thing. But let's get Pred in on this. Pred loves to dive in on the business side of gaming. Pred, what do you think about this? From Brazil's division Cade, and what do you think about like? I feel like in business lingo, even in like politician terms, like what they said about defending the consumer as opposed to a competitor. That to me, that shots fired. Like that's talking shit in business sense. Do you agree? Am I right on that, bro?
Yeah, in a sense. I mean, I think with this whole situation, specifically the fact that they came out and I don't know what Saudi said because I'm sure it wasn't as
Same
harsh as
thing,
this.
but no, it wasn't harsh. No, it wasn't as harsh.
Yeah,
But
I
they,
mean, but like now you've got, and I think I mentioned this in the comments of our DMs. Like once you get a couple of dominoes to fall, the rest will fall in place after that. So, um, I mean, you got to give Sony credit
For
trying
trying?
to give them give them a participation trophy. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Because
That's
what were they supposed to do? I mean, what are they supposed to do? Like they knew this deal was going to go through, and I mean, there's still some. I think the biggest one is obviously here in the States and the EU, but getting it signed off in Brazil is obviously a plus. And like I said, the other dominoes start falling in place at some point too. So I I will give them credit. They saw. They it's to me it just shows fear the way they reacted to this because they didn't come at Microsoft with the Bethesda deal with the main company anyway, but like they didn't come after them for that. You know what I'm saying? But like they're like, okay, they got Bethesda, but I guess they weren't expecting ZeniMax. I'm sorry, I guess they weren't expecting this to happen too. So
Mhm.
like they're like, well, fuck, because that's if you think about the two deals that just happened with Microsoft for the past 3 years, right? The major ones, ZeniMax and this one. That's a big bulk of a lot of games that people play. If you think about it, like
Mhm.
with the exception of EA, that
EA Take Two.
EA and Take Two. Like, just in gaming in general. Like, EA just has all sports shit, and basically, like they got the sports thing down. They got a couple other divisions too, obviously, but like you
I'd
think
say
of
they made
EA for
Anthem.
sports. Yeah, okay. Anyway,
that's right.
smart ass. They did, but we saw it that way. But like, EA's the other big fish in the pond, and then Activision and ZeniMax were the other two. Ubisoft is another one as well. Um, I mean, you have to lump everything together, right? But like EA, Ubisoft are by themselves right now. What else is there that's huge on the gaming market that puts out more than just one game? Like um, I'm not talking about like Grand Theft Auto type shit because really that's their bread and butter. But like um, those other companies, ZeniMax, Activision, they put out multiple games, right?
Mhm.
And a lot of those games sell pretty well, especially Call of Duty, right? Um,
Usually number
you
one
know, and
selling every year.
yep, and
Every year.
even though when I think of Activision, it isn't just Call of Duty. I look at all the PC games and stuff they have too. But that's a huge hit to Sony, and I commend them for at least stepping up and trying to make a case for the whole situation. But trying to, it's like you got a lawyer who's got to defend the murderer. He murdered 5 people, but your job is to defend them, and that's what Sony is like. We got to say something. We can't just let it happen.
we got to do something. We can't just sit here.
Yeah, we can't sit here and let it happen. Let's put up a stance. Let's put up a stance and see what happens, because it's okay for them to buy studios, right? Because they bought, like, how many studios they bought last year? 3?
No,
5.
more than that.
5
studios.
Studios.
I believe
They bought
8
5
or
studios.
7.
Yeah, now I think it was over 5 for sure.
And these weren't like what. And the thing is, these weren't studios under one umbrella. Like ZeniMax had multiple studios under the umbrella. Activision has multiple studios under the umbrella. They bought individual studios, right? They didn't just buy.
They didn't buy publishers. They didn't buy publishers.
They didn't buy everything. Like they just bought one little person, and then they're like, okay, we got this. Like. But it was okay for them to do that, right? But when Microsoft's like, you know what? Let's drop the bag. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's
Fred,
go
are
and buy.
you trying to say that Sony can only buy one donut, not a 12-pack? Is that what you're
I think they couldn't get the baker's dozen, bro. So, I mean, and so they're mad.
Buying the baker's dozen.
And they're just getting the fucking, Microsoft's getting the family meal, and they're getting the fucking single pack, basically. So, and I mean. And we've all said this in the past too. Like Microsoft, they really wanted to break the bank. They would embarrass some people, and they finally decided to do it. So I mean, like, that's what you get for talking shit to the big dog.
Keep poking. You keep poking, yo.
Yeah, you keep get a little Chihuahua German Shepherd. They're gonna bite your ass one of these days. And
they're like, yo, keep that Final Fantasy VII remake. I don't give a fuck.
Tell them, Fred. Tell them, Fred. You reap what you sow. That's right.
Yeah, they got what they asked for. We're gonna do this one that week. It's okay for them to keep games off of other platforms and do deals with other companies to keep games off of Microsoft. But when Microsoft buys a company, that's big money talking, right? Like, oh, you want to do this? Okay, cool. You can have your 1-year exclusivity. We're just gonna buy the company, And I mean. I don't know what Sony was thinking in this aspect of like just trying to push that button, maybe they didn't think Microsoft was going to be in the gaming space like they are now because of everything that happened in the past with Microsoft. But you poked the bear, and they decided to do something about it. So again, I commend them for coming up with some kind of defense, but it's not going to work. And I fully expect this deal to be done by the end of the year.
Yeah, I would say within the beginning of next year, because we still have like the EU and that whole situation. Like it's not a done deal yet. But Pred, now correct me if I'm wrong here, Pred. With other countries kind of like signing off on this and then kind of like explaining why, it gives those countries that are in it now kind of like a precedence to look at and be like, well, yeah, yes. We're looking at it and we're worried about this, but they're pointing this out, and that's a great point right there. Yeah, Nintendo lives and is insanely successful. Doesn't have a single Activision game on their platform, like stuff like that. Mm-hmm. It'll get like other countries to be like, that makes sense, right?
Yeah, okay. And I mean, there's nothing they can do about that. Like, just suck it up. I mean, like, you built this, you made this bed, you got to lay in it at this point. So, I think, going forward, I mean, like, maybe they'll change their strategy with some things to kind of make themselves more competitive with, I think they're afraid of Game Pass. They're afraid of what Microsoft's going to do with Game Pass per se, going forward, especially now they have all these companies, all these publishers, developers up under the belt now. So and they can't match that. Mm-hmm. They can't. I mean, they just can't match that energy. Like, we talked about this in the past. Like, Microsoft can literally put out a new game every fucking month. A blockbuster AAA game.
In a business sense, like if you were going up against Xbox, even if you were in a top spot, like you said, they're scared of what they're going to do with Game Pass. In a business sense, yeah, definitely, because you see a company like gaining the ability to be self-sufficient with their subscription service to the point where even if you're grabbing these exclusive deals, like that Final Fantasy VII remake, you keep paying Square to keep it off of Xbox, other deals like that, it's not gonna affect them at all because they have all these studios pumping out all these titles that people are getting in a subscription service, man. Like that would be scary if you were up against that, right?
Yeah, and even that, those games are not going to be. Again, those games are fun, they're popular, but they're not Call of Duty popular. You
No.
know, and they're not Diablo on PC popular. They're not they're not Overwatch 2 popular. You know what I'm saying? So like, and then you think about the other aspect of it too. If Sony wants those games on their system, they have to go to Microsoft.
They have to deal with Microsoft. They have to deal with Xbox, bro.
Yeah. So keep fucking around, and eventually they're gonna be like, you know what, bitch, y'all talking shit. They want this deal to go through. So you know what we're gonna do? Exactly what you were afraid
Microsoft
of.
going to give them the pimp hand, bro.
Basically, that's basically what's gonna happen.
Microsoft is saying,
where my powder at?
The bitch now.
I fully expect them at some point to come back. I mean, not now, not like in the next year or two, But
Wow.
don't be surprised if in 3 years, Microsoft's like, because all you need is a tyrant up there in the business section. Like, Satya is cool, but like he could leave.
Satya's mellow. Who was
we can
the
get
other
somebody
dude,
else.
yo?
Hey, we can get somebody else up in
no,
Microsoft.
no.
It's a fucking
The owner of the
No.
Clippers.
He don't get it tripped. Don't get it twisted. Satya is he's a dog, man.
He is,
Dog?
but he's a nice dog.
Man.
He's a lesser two evils. He's a lesser two evils.
See, you're like me, Mega.
Not Sadia.
You can see it in his eyes.
You can see it in his
eyes.
You see his eyes. You saw that grin and that
was
red back.
pissed.
Let us have competition. But it ain't my turn yet. I'll wait till my
Hey,
turn. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro.
I
That's a dog, man.
He's working with the investors, right? He's like,
Yeah.
I could be a dick, but I'm gonna be a dick. I'm gonna be nice because I know that Call of Duty on Sony benefits us. But somebody can come in that motherfucker after he leaves and be like, you know what? Let's just go and burn these motherfuckers to the ground. Take that shit off. Matter of fact, they're not getting this. We're gonna buy Ubisoft. We're gonna buy this, and they can buy up every fucking thing. And I think that's what Sony's scared of. They're
they would have the ability to, but they won't be able to because at some point in time, like these organizations, like these, they get over half of the industry, and like that wouldn't happen. They wouldn't be able to cop it all. Yeah, I'm just saying they wouldn't be able to buy it all.
They don't have to buy it all. They just need to buy enough.
Enough.
Yeah, just buy enough. And then just buy enough. That's all I gotta do is buy enough. And then enough will shut everybody else up. So,
I got you. Yo, I want to shout out the Elusive Gamer because I didn't even put these two together. He said Game Pass would be self-sustaining, much like Disney Plus is. Now, Disney Plus has taken over as the number one kind of like TV show, movie, subscription service in the world. And he's right. Like, they bought Fox, so they have all like the X-Men, Simpsons, stuff like that. Of course, they have their long list of family movies, cartoons, stuff like that. But they have gone on buying sprees to buy up content. And Disney Plus does not have the way Netflix has to, also deal with other companies and their shows and and kind of working out deals. Disney Plus doesn't have to do any of that. Everything that they have is in-house. That's a great point.
Disney Plus even got Schoolhouse Rock. I grew up on Schoolhouse Rock. I watched all of it.
Go there.
It's true though. They do.
It's true, and he watches it.
But if you want to go to that analogy real quick, it's like what happened when Disney Plus came and it affected Netflix. And the Activision deal is like it's going to affect PlayStation like when Disney Plus took all their games off of Netflix and Netflix had to go and create brand new content. This is going to force Sony to do like what Netflix did, make new and better content.
They always have something coming out. I
Yo,
mean,
bro.
credit.
Yeah.
I got a super chat real quick, and I want to get to it because it's one of my favorite names for people who do super chats. Yo, shout out to my brother Harry Balls in the chat, hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much for the support, brother. Definitely appreciate it. He says Jim calls Phil after the deal passes, like, "Hey, Phil, it was just jokes, right? Can we still get those 3 years after the agreement?" Please, yo, shout out to you, bro. That is awesome, man, and thank you for the support. Let's go to Crispy on this one. Crispy, dude, what do you think about what's transpired here? We got Saudi Arabia, we got Brazil signing the OK. No concessions. They don't have to do anything. It's they think it's an up and up deal. And I got to ask you about Cade's kind of like. Dude, it's a shot at Sony. Let's be real, man. Like they're like, I can't believe you came out here whining like this. You $billion company. You like how could you, man? I don't know. That's what I think. What do you think, bro?
I have an analogy.
Uh-oh.
So Sony's like the first super mutant you meet in Fallout 3. Super aggressive and really dumb at the same time.
Oh,
that's the way they're acting right now.
Ooh,
And then
that boy
and then
got that
and then
slander,
they
boy.
eat everybody up until that Vault Boy comes out well equipped and ready to kill. There you go, baby. That's what just happened. Think about it. Everybody was like, Brazil's gonna say this and that and the other thing. What have we all been saying? What
he fucked up.
what have we all been saying? What have you been saying? They are the market leader. They have no voice. Their voice is so null and void to an actual regulator that actually cares about the consumers and actually sees all these prices going up on one side, and the other's like, nah, we're good. The one that's actually into the involvement that's supposed to be this big bad wolf. Well, guess what? It's actually a very nice kitty that walks up to you and just wants to get petted. Just wants a little love, right? That's what's happening. That's what Brazil just said to everybody. They said, we care about the consumers. Competition means consumers are important because if there's no competition, guess what? That one company can charge whatever the hell they want. That's the whole point of this competition committees and all these regulators and all that. That is the whole point. And if any of them lose sight of that, there's a problem. There's a problem with that regulating body at this point because Sony is the market leader. Hello.
Mm-hmm.
How are they the only ones complaining? I haven't heard a darn whimper from Nintendo, and everybody acts like they're not in the gaming space. Like, hello, world. They have been living on their own island, and all they probably see is, hey, we might be able to get Call of Duty on the Switch for their next iteration, or even take the mobile version and, Switchify it. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are seeing that. Well, Sony's like, you can't do this. You offered us this. It's inadequate. It's unacceptable. They are worried about
that is the word of the month, by the way.
The biggest reason people are not seeing this, the reason why Xbox only wants to go 3 years, they want the marketing rights back. Because if this agreement has to do with, adding more marketing rights, they don't want to go past that. They want the marketing rights. Sony's going to, if this goes through and Xbox plays nice still and says, okay, we're going to agree to the same thing we did before, they're going to have the marketing rights. And Xbox, they could say it's in Game Pass, but they might not be able to put it on the box or something. You know what I'm saying? Something stupid. You know what I mean? So everybody's like, concessions, this and that. Well, if there was going to be concessions, guess what? Brazil would have done it. And I feel like that's why everybody else follows after. You know what I mean? Like Saudi Arabia, let's null and void them because, if you really look at it, they they're investing in gaming. They're basically like, yeah, we want to be able to do what we want to. You know what I'm saying? So you can't really count them. But Brazil, the only thing you could say is, oh, they're primarily Xbox. But how do you know that? I mean, I don't see a lot of numbers coming from Brazil. So, you know, you could speculate, and I do play a lot of Gears players that are in South America.
They are primarily
a lot of Gears players, just from my experience, just going off me, are from South America, Mexico, all down south from me, and they are nasty. Like, they destroy me, a lot of them. So, they are fully invested, but at the same time, how is it hurting their consumers that Xbox is just more accessible for what people make down there? Is there a problem with that? I don't see a problem with that. So when Sony, who decides right before, which is just, it's crazy to me, you're going to go and complain, and then before and after, you're charging more money for your products because you have no competition. You don't consider Nintendo competition. You consider Xbox. So now all you're doing is complaining about your own damn self, which is hilarious because Brazil saw right through that and said, bro, you guys are crying about what? What are you crying about now? It's almost like, and a lot of people have said Xbox is playing 4D chess. Like, everybody's like, where's the games this year? I almost feel like you drop a couple games in there, what's the numbers look like?
If we didn't have
what I'm saying?
If we didn't have delays this year, it would have been absolutely bananas, bro.
And that's where I go and say, like, dude, like today, like you get $250 for a Series S and a controller.
Oh, that's desperation.
I've seen it all over.
Yo, Crispy, that's desperation. You didn't know that?
Oh, desperation.
That's desperation, bro.
That's called teleporting behind your back and jabbing that knife and digging it in, baby. Let's dig it in. Trust me, you watch, because if this is happening now, wait till November and watch what happens.
Well,
watch what happens.
Crispy, real quick. Crispy, real quick. One of the voices in the community, a guy by the name of Mr. Red Dragon, has come out because Microsoft worked out a deal with the Brazilian government 2 years ago to help them kind of build economic growth, to help them kind of structure their economy, and and kind of partner with them to help basically build the country up. Red Dragon is trying to post that as a help me, help you situation, even though that happened. That was agreed 2 years ago, man. What do you think about that?
Let me snap on Red Dragon because I'm pissed off with that. Let me, please. Okay. Let me clear my motherfucking throat. Look, bitch, we've been trying to tell you, Microsoft is every fucking where. They're every fucking where. They are way bigger than anything out there, pretty much, with your few exceptions out there. They work with the world. When you turn on your goddamn PC, what do you see? Fucking Windows.
Okay.
So you're going to have to deal with it. Microsoft helps the world. And, I'm sorry, Sony doesn't really help the world. They think for their fucking self because there's some selfish ass. Excuse me. And don't get me wrong, people. I used to like Sony until this year's bullshit. But Sony on bullshit, and whoever said that comment, I ain't gonna say his name again. You on bullshit, Red and Dragon. You just reaching for some shit. I'm not trying to go there. I don't need no slander.
He is a man of the people, Mr. Red Dragon is.
He probably blocked me now. But that's bullshit. You can't talk about what happened 2 years ago because this Activision deal wasn't until
he tried to make it sound like it happened like this week, yo.
Maybe if Sony did something to help them with their economy, like that was gonna happen. Maybe they would have saw the good side of Microsoft. Microsoft shows nothing but goodness out there to help people.
Whoa,
I mean,
whoa,
they're a
come
corporation.
on.
I'm
They
not
do
talking
their
about
shit. They're not
like that.
like
Microsoft ain't. I
Stop
know Microsoft.
motorboating, bro. Stop
Microsoft ain't no goody two shoes. I'll give you that. But when needed to help situations, they're actually there, and you can't cry about them helping a country to get themselves better, being an influence on what the situation of this was. This situation was based in real facts.
I think
from what Sony does and from what Microsoft is trying
I think
to
Sir
do.
X-Man is saying that agreement had nothing to do with anything Xbox.
He pissed me off when you told me that.
It's just something that Microsoft does do. They do partnerships throughout the world. You know, and they create business partnerships not only with corporations but also with countries, with governments. I mean, it's something that corporations do, all over the place. Anyway, it's not necessarily anything, like incredibly shady.
They
or
are
anything
called
like
lobbyists, but
that. It's not for Xbox. Let's be real here. You know what I'm saying? They weren't like, oh man, 2 years from now we're gonna have to be dealing with Cade and putting this deal through. And they it wasn't about that at all. But Crispy, what do you think about
I'm sorry, people.
the
That just
man
pissed
of
me
the
off.
people, Mr. Red Dragon's comments, bro?
First of all, that guy is the biggest ass I've ever seen.
Oh, no.
His thumbs do not work correctly, and he just spews crap out of his own damn thumbs, and then he can't see after because he's got it all over his screen. I don't know. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious because literally you just like if you go off the fanboy knowledge, you go and say, oh, if they did this, what's going to happen later? Well, guess what? It's just going to get passed because, the FTC is an American, government agency. And guess who has the cybersecurity of the entire nation?
Oh, shit.
That would be Microsoft, my friend.
Guess who has
so you just told us, regardless of it's right or wrong, you just told us that you think that the FTC is going to pass this. And I'll tell you right now, GMA, the European Union, those regulators don't matter. They will just take them to court and they will use all the other people that are going to say yes to this and say, what's the problem? Now, on your same logic, because of what the GMA tweeted, you also believe that Sony's in the GMA's pocket and they're sitting there, CMA, whatever. CMA, my bad. They're in there and they're just saying, hey, do this for us. And, their tweets and stuff, which keep in mind, FTC hasn't said nothing. Brazil, until just now, hasn't said a darn word. Mm-hmm. Think about that. Okay. It's called proper etiquette. All right. So, like I said, Sony's got their big head. They are the king of the world right now. They are the market leader. And yet they're crying. Competition is competition. You have to give the market leader, who's the one crying, competition. This is how Microsoft has chosen to do this. They have chosen to buy publishers because they can. Because they are, 20 times the company of Sony? And keep in mind, you can go back to when Sony was 20 times companies like Sega and Panasonic and all these companies.
What did they do?
Atari, and they absolutely destroyed them.
They murdered them.
Okay, so there is no
DVD.
There is. I get that processes are going to happen, but some of you Sony guys need to realize that you destroy your own narratives all the time, which is just hilarious to me. But also, you prove our points way too much by saying dumb stuff you don't think about. And you need to go look at yourself, Red Dragon, and say, am I just a fanboy, or am I faking it, or what am I doing?
He already
Or
knows.
do I actually want to put out
He's just an
knowledge? Because
he's just an
the
opportunist.
only knowledge you're putting out is apparently in the toilet later. I don't know what to tell you, but you're a wild human being. I blocked you a long time ago, and you're gonna get those clicks because people are gonna be like, I can't believe this moron is saying this. So I mean, enjoy that, but I like to feel smart as a human being and actually analyze stuff and look at things before I talk about them. I apologize to you for not realizing that people actually have brains and can figure out how to use them, even though some of your followers, I just don't get it. But that's okay.
Oh damn. On that note, yo, I'm sorry, K Mega, but you got to follow that up, bro. Like,
No, that's fine. That's
it's
fine.
good. It's
That's
good.
Fine. That's fine.
Yo,
That's
first
fine.
off, yo, shout out to Dead Proof out there in the chat. He said, hit that like button, people. That is right. Hit that like button. Share the show out.
Michelle Alexandria with $1.99.
Yo, Michelle, thank you so much for the support. And again,
I won't see anything after. I won't see anything of it, but that's okay.
Yo, Michelle, again, anything that you type in the super chat, I have to say. So, take that opportunity. Type something in there. I have to say it. All right, Michelle. But thank you so much for the support. Definitely appreciate it. Yo, Mega. As you can see, this topic is hot right now. It's hot on the panel, bro. Oh my goodness, man. What are you bringing to the table when it comes to the acceptance between Brazil, Saudi Arabia? And again, I'm calling it as Brazil. They're taking shots at Sony for what they tried to do and like how they tried to play the innocent girl with pigtails. Like, oh, the big bad corporation's scary. And it just absolutely backfired on him. At least in Brazil, it did, bro.
Come on, K-Mega, light the fuse, baby. Light the fuse, baby. I want to hear that heat, man. I want to hear that smoke, bro.
All right. So before I get started, I will read this before I tweet this out because I'm saying like they are down bad. The stands are they're bound bad. But our boy Nick, I'm saying Nick has been PlayStation die hard, I'm saying, for a very long time. And his comment is the most annoying part of this acquisition is that for every country that is confirmed to have approved the deal, we're going to get a dedicated podcast throwing confetti for it. You're damn right. It is long overdue. This is the thing that trips me out about these people, right? Like, I mean, I don't have a problem with any of these guys. I don't block. The only people I really kind of block is the ones that's doing the sock accounts, and they're not man or woman enough to really to show who they really are if they want to talk and be disgusting individuals. But to block people because people are excited for a brand that they enjoy, that to me is two-faced as hell. Because for all the slander, for all the pushback, for every time that Xbox done something and Xbox has stepped on their own feet and tripped and failed, and somehow they were 10 steps ahead, they tripped and fell backwards 20, 30, 40 feet behind themselves. Like it's happened over and over and over. And now all of a sudden, it seems like those days are starting to come to an end. The whole thought process of Xbox and Microsoft and Microsoft don't even care about the brand anymore. All that shit is out of here. When I don't know, I forgot who was trying to say it. I think it was Pred. Yeah, it was Pred that was trying to say, well, if they bring somebody who's a killer, don't get it twisted. Don't get it twisted about Sadia, because what you seen when he said that let us have competition, and he did that smirk and ran back. I said, oh, this dude's a real one. This dude ain't nothing to play with.
The ones that just smile as they say what they say. They're the ones you got to worry about.
The way that man said that, the way that he presented that, he put his hands together, leaned back with the grin, like, I'm right. But I know why you don't want this, because I'm behind them now. I put my hand on Phil's chest and said, You play the nice guy. I don't have to be the nice guy. I am the CEO of Microsoft. You have to be nice because you are the CEO or in charge of Xbox. I'm one of the richest companies in the world, and I am the CEO of this, and I can say and do pretty much damn near what I want to in the sense of business, cutthroat or being nice. I can do that. They can say that they hate me. They hated Bill Gates for I don't know how many years, and they still hate Bill Gates. There's conspiracy theories saying that Bill Gates is doing, killing Africans and doing all types of other stuff. And now they're saying they're trying to take, like, this is the stuff that Red Dragon and them feed up on. That's their red meat, conspiracy theory. The things that they want people to believe and all this stuff, it's the same type of bullshit that you hear in politics. It's the same stuff about the COVID situation. I got 3 shots. I ain't grown a tail and I ain't got no metal stuck to me. But regardless, if you don't want it, you didn't have to get it, whatever the case may be. This is the thing that bothers me about this whole situation is this crying from the people who were asking Microsoft to help little Xbox to compete. Please. As
we
we
just
were
want
saying,
competition.
we want to just see competition. But the fact of it is that they don't want to see it. Because they didn't have in their little small mindsets of what that competition would look like. What you're seeing is history repeat itself of just like what everybody else was saying. It's like I've said it before. When Sony came out there and came out here, they came guns blazing. They put out Order 1886. Order, what is it? Order 66.
Order 66. Order 1886.
Order 66. Yeah, 1866. I'm over here with a book.
Yeah.
Anyway, but Order, Order 66.
That game was pretty much a movie. So I mean,
hey man, I cap for that game. That's a good game. I hope they bring that back. But anyway, no, that game was really dope, man. Don't do that because I know you didn't beat it. You didn't beat it though.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have to beat the game to like it. I didn't know like my
but you can't. But do not try. But do not try to talk about something if you only played it for a hot minute when I put hours into it, young sir. Anyway, okay. So let me continue. Because this is a throwback because you sit there and hit me with the anthem shit, and I didn't like it. anyway. So anyway, let me continue. Touche, brother. I just look at this whole situation is like this. What Brazil did, they set a tone.
Yeah.
And now PlayStation has only 2 options. They have no other options but 2. To keep going forward and keep looking more weaker as each other country is looking at this, or stop or just shut their mouth and let everything proceed as normal, which that's going to be bad as well because everything about it is like, well, Microsoft can just go ahead and just have the talks with whoever that they need to. Nobody else is really going to contest it pretty much. And then they're going to keep going. Because look, what's so crazy, even when Google said about the whole situation about the whole ZeniMax deal kind of killed the whole Stadia thing, Google still didn't even step in and say anything negative about the acquisition, about the Activision acquisition. Mm-hmm. They just looked for some kind of point to just throw at Microsoft because they're not fans of Microsoft and they're getting ridiculed for not doing this, not being good managers with a service that people just wasn't gravitating to. So Sony gets those only 2 options, and therefore, if they continue to keep going more balls in the wall, trying to cry to everybody, that's going to make their investors look at them sideways. They're already looking at, if you look at the numbers, their numbers keeps going down. They even have a pretty good couple of month and a half with game sales and winning some MPDs. You don't see them talking about that much, do you? Because everything is on the table when it comes to this Activision deal. And if that deal goes through, and it will go through, and you can ask Hugh Law this, because this is something that I went and I had to investigate myself. United States ain't going to stand in the way of this deal. The only thing that they'll do at the end of the day is that they'll sue. They'll sue if they appreciate the deal. But for the deal to go through and like for America to stop it, they're not going to stop shit. They'll just sue, and then Microsoft's got to pay a hefty fine and go from there. So once it gets past the CMA and however that goes, and if then it goes to China and everything else, and that stuff goes through, yeah, Jack, it's over. It's over because once it hits the United States, it's done.
Mm-hmm.
It's done. It's already concluded.
I think United States and Europe are the two biggest divisions to go through in this whole thing.
I think China is another one as well, but I don't think China even cares.
I don't think they care unless
China cares because they bootleg most of their shit anyway.
Well,
so
unless it's a Chinese company affecting the Chinese economy.
Right.
Other than that, I don't think they give a shit.
And it's just like what Crispy said about Saudi Arabia. Why they didn't care is because China knows if Microsoft can do this, then Tencent can continue to doing the stuff that they're doing.
Yeah.
Because that is a Chinese company. And so if they would try to say, well, I don't know about this, then they would be putting themselves at risk of having countries looking at Tencent. Because Tencent's got way more things than Microsoft or Xbox does at this point in time. So that's another thing. So that's why I don't think China's going to even be a factor at all. United States is not. They're
just going to whisper,
people, they'll whisper like, yeah, you know what I'm saying. But everything else has already kind of been put in place, and there'll be all types of conspiracy theories and everything like that. But man, but once it gets past the CMA and then the EU situation and the EU, and I believe the EU is going to be positive for Microsoft. Then I think it's downslated. But what Brazil said is what the Microsoft attorneys are going to use is like, look at what they're saying. This is actual competition.
They'll bring that to the table as like, yo, this country said like, yo, like, look at Nintendo. And they're doing all this without Activision.
And look at this country, and this country is not the stability of this country is not as strong as United States or the CMA, or because I know they're separated now. The EU is separated from the UK or whatever. So I forgot what all those names are. But they're not as they don't make as much profit. But again, this is what that stuff is going to be used against Sony. And again, the investors is just going to look at how Sony has been crying so much. And they're still over here having deals. They're still over here keeping things off of other platforms. And of course, like everybody else has been saying, Nintendo is still thriving and outselling PlayStation in Japan by a large margin. It's not even close. And they're even, they're really the number one selling console since 2017. The Nintendo, the Switch is.
Yeah.
But still, the Sony still generates so much money. That's why they're the market leader, and that's because of the Maddens, the 2Ks, the Call of Duties, and then of course the IPs. They're the price of the system, things like that.
Yeah,
the whole game changes, and everybody knows, and everybody, even the stands, they know it now. Once Call of Duty, and listen, don't what I'm saying? This isn't a shot of being disrespectful, but listen, Sony's going to reap what they sow with this whole.
What are you doing?
Yeah, but Sony's going to reap what they sow, because Sony has played this game for so many years, for decades, to keep themselves on top. That Xbox is going to snatch that shit right from them. They're going to take their soul. Once this deal goes through, they're taking their soul. They're going to we'll give you grace, and you better have your shit together by the end of this generation. Whatever else, I don't care. It's none of my business. Because now I think what Sony might even do is that I don't know how long that deal with Sony and with Azure, with them servers, how long that deal is last, or if Sony could just pull out at any time, because that whole situation with Google where Google said, look, Stadia is going to be used by other entities out there. And we're seeing PlayStation fans out there saying, look, it's a possibility that they can go to Google. If they do that, they break their deal, or if they just decide that we're like, no, well, we're just going to go elsewhere. What do you think Microsoft is going to do? Okay, cool. It's no big deal. We've given you grace. We have tried. Now, since we're showing you what we're made of, we're going to give you, we've been giving you grace. We're trying to show everybody that we're here for gaming. But if you get a Microsoft that doesn't give a fuck about anybody else except for that's in their wake, then you'll have, like I said, history repeating itself. And this time it won't be Sony, it won't be Nintendo, it'll be Microsoft. That will put shit down. I don't think that I know Phil will not rage havoc or anything like that. But if after Phil decides to leave, once Xbox is in its top state, who knows if Sarah Bond gets in there or if Matt
Sarah
Booty
Bond
or
might have a streak, bro. She might have a streak.
That's what I'm saying. Like, we don't know. We don't know what kind of shit is this. You know what I'm saying? We don't know what it is. But all we know is this, is that Game Pass is going to be an unstoppable force once COD get on there. And we're not even talking about Overwatch. We're not talking about, you know what I'm saying, the Diablos and everything, and you know what I'm saying, and everything else that comes with Activision. It's going to be crazy. And one other point before you interrupt, I will have to say this. This is some breaking news.
Oh.
Microsoft has already closed some deals with not only studios but with a publisher. I am trying to find out that news of which publisher it is. Because I thought myself
Sega.
personally, when
Sega.
I don't know what it is, but I'm trying to find out, because when we was having these conversations, back channels, from people I trust that's been telling me about the Halo situation, about this acquisition, about everything else out there, they have been 100% right. So I'm like, okay, all right, so and I can think of a couple of studios that comes to mind that the easy choices. Stop it, Sir X-Man. But anyway, but the publisher is the thing that I'm trying to reach out, trying to get. I'm like, come on, man, yeah, just tell me, just tell me.
Red.
Just tell me. And you know what? What's also funny about that's a studio though.
Polish government.
That's a studio. No. There's something that happened. There's something that happened that I posted it yesterday. The studios has moved from Poland to United States.
That's CD Projekt Red.
That's CD Projekt Red that just did that.
Oh, I didn't.
And
know
so, but
that.
they're moving to that was yesterday. I posted it yesterday, and I posted it in GRG. But you're not in the GRG. You used to be, but I guess you dropped out.
I'm there, dude. I just didn't. Everybody
like, I
else
never
says
see you
so much
comment,
shit.
bro.
Yeah, I don't see your comments. I didn't know if you were there. But anyway, but yeah,
I watch the carnage sometimes.
Now that doesn't mean that doesn't mean that Microsoft has acquired them or anything like that. But I did find it very interesting that they've moved two different. They got a brand new studio that's going to be out there in Boston, and then there's another studio that they have. I do not know where that location is, but there is one stationed in Boston. They might both be in Boston, but the other one is a brand new studio working on a brand new IP. Mm-hmm. So for them to go to the United States, I found that to be, because they also have partners in Vancouver. So wonder if they talk to somebody out there in Washington, you know what I'm saying? And hey, they're like, hey man, why don't you come out there? We'll build you a studio out there. I don't know.
Now, yeah, you're reaching now, man. But that's interesting.
But that's just interesting news. But you can go look that up right now. But this is the thing that they're saying they're just already ready for this deal to be done, and that's why I was thinking like, well, I don't know if Microsoft wants to deal with publishers anymore after this crazy thing. But if you really think about it, there's no other publisher that is as big as Activision. So it would be a lot less strenuous. And they would still be within, and if this deal goes through, then it would be kind of like what, I forgot who said this earlier, it would be just kind of like the whole Disney thing, where Disney got Fox, Disney got this, Disney got that. And they've, you know what I'm saying? And they got, and they're still within competition with other entities out there that's still doing successful stuff. Like, so.
That's why Amazon bought MGM. Amazon's nervous now.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like the competition breeds competition, regardless of how you look at it. With Amazon's backing, some of these MGM IPs might actually have something. You know what I mean? Something that's worth watching or whatever. Right. You know what I mean?
But this whole Activision Call of Duty thing is going to level the playing field like we've never seen in gaming since the early 90s, before Sony took over. Going back to Nintendo, and even though Nintendo was still outselling Sega, but still Sega was so popular. Like those two were, really kicking ass together. So it was one of these things where you look at where you have an even playing field. Well, Nintendo has a strong footing, PlayStation has a strong footing, and now Xbox has a strong footing in the gaming space like they've never had before. And it's beyond just Call of Duty. It's with the ZeniMax deal. It's with all the other studios that they picked up, and for the other stuff that they've already worked out deals with, and I guess whatever this other publisher will be. Who knows? If it's Sega, it would be the dream come true for all dreams because of us being Sega fans. But if it's somebody else, I don't know. But
Well,
my last point.
this. Oh, my bad. But no,
okay, but my last point. Let me make my last point. Another factor to this is that is funny that Microsoft is kind of, and I understand this is probably an Activision thing that they've had this they had this working out for years in advance. But if you remember, if you go back to Titanfall, and that time in that era during the Xbox One, which was one of the many things that Xbox, stumbled over. A lot of people were like, "Man, Titanfall was one of the most popular titles, new fresh titles, and why y'all didn't scoop them up? Why did y'all let EA get them?"
Respawn, yeah.
Yeah. Why did you not give them a chance? Why did you not get them? Right? Well, of course, we know about the management and everything. Xbox has redemption. And I'll tell you why. Because it's rumored the next Call of Duty that's coming out is going to be Advanced Warfare. And if everybody remember, Advanced Warfare was a clone to battle against the game that put actual fear to Call of Duty was Titanfall, because Titanfall sold that well. And if that's the case, then Phil and them gets absolute redemption because they will have their Titanfall title back right there on top of having the Call of Duty franchise. That's why this, and on top of all of this, the Game Pass thing right there, like everybody said, the threshold is 50 million. They hit 50 million, they're gold. They're going to surpass that before the end of this generation once this deal is pretty much finalized. Now, it's according how long this deal is finalized. I hope for my sanity that it's done by the end of the year. But it could take longer.
It's gonna be like March. It's gonna be by like
you know what I'm saying. It could be.
March.
I was anticipating the first of the year, but I think that there's going to be maybe a country or two that kind of prolongs it a little bit. But the fact of it is that they're not going to stop this because of now what Brazil has done. It's kind of set the precedent.
Man. They got to flex their muscles,
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most of the boards are not going to really care too much because they don't have investments like PlayStation does in the UK. You know what I'm saying? Like they do a lot of things there. See, that's the thing people don't understand. Like when Red Dragon was making all this shit, Sony does stuff in the UK. They're really tight. Like they got all. If you go back to the history of the whole thing with Japan and Europe and all that. Well, I should say, the United Kingdom and all of that tie-in and everything like that. Man, it is deep. So they have deep ties forever. So there could be conspiracy theories for saying, well, the lobbyists from Sony went and talked to those people at the EU and did all this. But that's just, they just want to flex their muscle. They want to just look out for gamers.
It's what
and
they
think
have
that this
control
whole situation
over.
It's what they have control over. Right.
Yeah. So they got to be like, hey, we are the ones in charge here, and that's what they try to do. That's what the FTC did as well. That's what these politicians, when they came out and they're like, oh, we're gonna we gotta look into this, and is this going on or whatever. They're just trying to show people that they're the ones in charge of this, and they don't get a chance to do that.
It's more right. It's more about posturing more than anything.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
They can't stop this purchase. That's the one thing. They can do some regulating. They can try to set tones. And if Microsoft does not want, and this is another thing too. If Microsoft, let's say that the CMA tells them, well, you're going to have to put Call of Duty on PlayStation from here on out. Well, Microsoft could tell them easily, you know what? We're not. We'll do what our agreement is, and then after that, we just won't put Call of Duty out here in the UK. And how will that make your consumers and shit feel? And then it comes into politics and shit like that. So they don't want to step and cross the line too much, because what you're trying to do is trying to stop companies from progressing overall, especially if the more countries that will side, because right now it's 2-1, and it could be potentially 3-1, and then the CMA is going to be looked and frowned upon themselves for trying to hold up progress. And you know how the business community is. It's a dog eat dog. You know what I'm saying? There's no loyalty in business.
See, and from what I know, and again, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not into all this stuff. So, guys, take it with a grain of salt. But from what I know, they can't really tell Microsoft that they need to keep this on for the duration, because what they're doing, hold on, what they're doing is they're taking away their right to negotiate. Like,
Right.
if there's an existing contract that, you let it go until that contract. If they concede to maybe a couple more years on that contract, then I feel like that can be done. But in terms of telling them that they have to have it on there indefinitely, I don't believe they can do that, because they're taking away Microsoft and Xbox's right to negotiate. That's like telling a basketball player. That's like telling, when Carmelo Anthony was on the Knicks. That's like telling him, bro, that I know your contract's up and all that stuff, but you're not leaving this team. You're staying on the Knicks for your entire career.
Well, they did that to Kevin Durant. Like, look, we're not trading you, bro. So, but he was deep into his contract. So, and so there's different type of leverage with the situation. But this situation here is that, like, the only thing, like, this would be completely different and understandable if Microsoft was the market leader, if Xbox was the market leader, and then they wanted to acquire Activision, and then Nintendo and PlayStation was struggling. Then I would think that there were a lot of people, a lot of countries would be looking like, look, man, come on, man, you're being that big conglomerate that's just swallowing everything whole to destroy that. But see, Sony got away with it because video gaming was not at its apex like it is now.
Yeah, it wasn't as big.
Right. And so now it's different, and Sony is still getting away with doing whatever. But Sony's strategy is totally different, because they want to nickel and dime you to death. They want to, you know what I'm saying? Their strategy has been the same ever since they came into the gaming sector. They've only purchased some.
They're throwing dimes.
Yeah.
Well, they don't buy the
off of things.
Yeah, they don't buy the complete publisher. In a lot of cases, they don't even buy the developer, but they keep throwing out that money to them to keep, like, the foundational games within a genre off a specific platform. Inherently killing that platform for that genre.
Right. And that's and it's another thing too, is, like I said, in the 90s, Sony there's a graveyard of consoles that was out there that Sony was a part of. Now, again, it's a perfect storm because of the fact that bad management, or these companies could not sustain, because they couldn't keep up with the money that Sony had as a big conglomerate that could just pour in money and keep things off. Sony's strategy was like, well, let's not buy everything. Let's just spend enough, have enough money to keep things off. Sega can't compete. Nintendo can't. Nintendo don't want to compete. Nintendo could, but Nintendo, they're cool and comfortable where they're at. And then everything else, like the 3DO and the TurboGrafx 16 and everything else that came in between, they just couldn't sustain. Even Atari, when Atari
TurboGrafx was fire.
Yeah.
That was
TurboGrafx was fire. But even when Atari came back with the Jaguar, they, you would thought that they would have a lot of collateral, a lot of backing, but they didn't, because, because Sony would make sure that Jaguar wouldn't get certain games. And then if they didn't have the money to sustain, this is why this is so different, is because they're finally, and this is why, if you go and look at that documentary about DirectX and all that, the Xbox documentary, and how that beef kind of started between Xbox and PlayStation, it was the one thing that made PlayStation nervous, is because of this moment right here. They never had they always kind of had this thought in the back of their head, oh shit, what if Microsoft really got behind Xbox? What would that look like? Well, now
they never went against anybody who could fight back like Microsoft.
Right. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, and even Xbox wasn't even trying to fight back, even though the people not Microsoft, but even though the people at Xbox was trying to fight back as hard as they could, and they came out with some of the most innovative consoles we've ever had. the fact of it is that Microsoft just kind of still looked
Oh,
at the
that was,
Xbox as like a toy.
That was Power On.
Yeah, and then Sony pissed them off and said, "All right."
Well, no, it's you know, this is why people give Phil the credit that he did, because again, you got to go back to that article back in 2018, I believe, or 2019. It was one of those years. It was the Game Informer. It was a Game Informer, I think it was. And where it was the full art, and I read through that thing 3 times because I wanted to make sure, because I made a video talking about it, of how Phil was. You could tell Phil was tired of hearing Xbox has no games. Xbox can't get it right. Xbox doing this wrong. Xbox is doing that. Xbox has lied to community. Xbox has failed to community. Blah blah this, blah blah that. And so when he went to Sadia, and when Sadia did not care about gaming, he was ready to get rid of gaming, actually, from what you read. And then Phil went up there and told him, look, either we're all in or you need to just get rid of this shit. Pretty much. Like, that right there takes balls to go to a new CEO who does not care about gaming and just lay down the foundation. Either you have my back or we need to shut shop, get rid of Xbox and move the fuck on.
Well,
I'm tired of this shit like that.
Big key of the reason why Satya agreed with that.
Oh yeah, service and
they didn't say it. They didn't say
cloud
it.
Functionality right there.
Well, I mean, and I mean that's where Sarah Bond and them come in. But I mean, it took Phil to make this staff and to get the people, Phil and staff, because it's to Aaron Greenberg, everybody else that's involved in there. But Phil went to that man and whatever he did and said to get Sadia on board, and to now get this point where Sadia is sitting and leaned back with a grin, says, let's have this competition, and keeps reiterating. He doesn't just say it once, but he keeps reiterating, we're all in on gaming. That Sony is like, bruh, we got to do something now.
And this is where you realize
this train is moving. But if that shit gets full speed, nothing can stop it. Nothing. It is up to it. That's and they know that. They know that. And
you know what?
Everybody else that
can I sum up yours real quick? Because everybody will be like, "Oh, I'm worried that Microsoft's going to do something wrong." ESO just friggin' put out, Bethesda ESO just put out a thing saying, hey, Stadia players, you're going to keep this, and this. We're going to try our best to make your transition as easy as possible. Yeah, I mean, on PC, I mean, you're already technically using PC for Stadia. I mean, that's pretty cool. Like, just throwing it out there rather than waiting for people to complain about it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's pretty good.
Right, and I gotta put you in your place, Zink. Because you get into your feelings about the shit, and I know that you pro Xbox, but bro, how could you look at the Xbox One generation and say that Xbox was all in? I mean, Microsoft was all in with Xbox.
Fuck no.
They weren't.
Bro, they
took away all their spending money, yo.
They took away all their spending money. There's no sequels to those hot ass games. I mean, even if people didn't like any of those games that came out last year, we need Recore, we need Quantum Break, we need
Rise. Your favorite game.
Rise. Hell yeah.
We needed a Sunset Overdrive. So no, you are 100% wrong, Other Zing. Sometimes I get it, bro. I love you to death, but sometimes you get to that point to where you just say, I did watch it, and listen, they had to listen. We didn't know Bill Gates was the way he was. He was cussing and tripping. And
Bill Gates didn't play that
but
shit,
you know what I'm saying?
dude.
But yeah, no, he didn't. And he was so mad because he spent the money into going into.
You saw how scared they were when they had to present to Bill Gates. Then they're like, oh shit!
Right.
Like,
they didn't want, like they did have. The part where Microsoft was all in was the red ring of death, and then they seen progress with the 360.
But go on, do it.
Yeah, go on, do it.
He was all in. Bomber was all in.
And so, but no, when you said the Xbox One era made that clear that they were ready. Look, they were about to sell off Halo, brother. Come on now, don't do me like that. Don't do that. I love you to death, man, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say I'm 100% wrong. Because I won't come after you. You know how I am. But overall, my last point though, I just want to just say that, and I said that before, but I just think that what this has done has made people has made Sony even more aware, and I think made everybody else, even these other countries, more aware of like, yo, hold on, Brazil is on to something. And then because there's all these other interests out there that's like, look, man, we might want to try to put our hand in gaming, like Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is like, look, man, we want to buy and gobble up everything we want. We want to get our hands on as well. How are we going to stop Microsoft left? Go ahead and do what they want to do so we can get what we want. China's going to say the same thing about Tencent, even though they don't buy everything like that, but they still invest.
Shares in it. They buy shares.
They buy a lot of share of it, so they can still have damn control. And I think that's where Ubisoft is probably going to go. Is to Tencent. That's just my opinion on it. I don't know anything like that.
I have a layer on top of what you said, if you don't mind.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm done.
Real quick, let me just shout out my brother Dragonheart Yobi hitting up that super chat. Thank you so much, bro. He said, "Love you, bot." Yo, brother, you know I love you, man. He is the one. He introduced me to 4K gaming. Yes, he is the one that did that. And I want to give a shout out to a new subscriber to the channel, and that is So Killer. What is up? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the chat. Everybody in the chat, please welcome Soul Killer. But go ahead, Soul Killer.
What up, Soul Killer?
All right, on top of what you were just saying, you just made me realize something, that pretty much the other people that are in the game, the other, developers and things like that are into gaming, with this decision, kind of tells Sony, you are not alone. You are not alone in this gaming world, and you are going to have to deal with competition. And you got, like I said, Tencent and everybody else, and Microsoft and Nintendo. You're just going to have to bite the bullet, just like every other company does out there in the world. If you can't handle it, I'm not trying to be mean. I don't want Sony going nowhere. But if you can't handle it, do better or get the fuck out. That's pretty much what an EO and the EO, whatever the thing in Brazil, they put that 6-page, that 6-section thing out there, and everything they said was the truth. And that's gonna go back to the US thing, and they're gonna read over what Brazil said. And it was the truth, and they're going to go by that and say, yeah, they put it all down, documented everything correctly. So what Sony did was make it backfire for them to put it in a formal 6-section letter to explain the situation. And you can't get out of it. You can't dispute it. You can't do nothing. And what they did backfire.
Well, they can keep disputing it, but I mean,
it don't mean the way they put it.
But like I said earlier, is that a good look though? Is that a good look for them to keep disputing it? Because if they keep losing the debate, then how is that going to play out? Not only because you see the community already, the community. I've never seen a PlayStation community had a heart-to-heart like Dr. Field at task like space the other day.
They do that all the time.
No, not like that. Like I listened to like maybe about 20, 30 minutes of it, and I was like, yo, these dudes, this sounded like, bro, it was nuts. Like
it was like Armageddon, wasn't it?
Well, yeah, because after the announcement of the PC of them putting those service games on there, like I'm just like, what is going on? So you know what I'm saying?
Everyone in their narrative is whatever.
I'm just going to disagree with you. Just so if you can say whatever, but just leave it at that, brother.
If they want their company to be around, they're going to have to innovate just like everyone else out there in the industry.
Innovate?
It's
a premium product.
They have to evolve.
If Sony does not innovate, they will be dead.
We'll pay for the stuff because it's premium.
But that's the thing right there. That's I said that could be the main positive, and that can get Sony back to the way that they were by innovating and making these type of games and things, especially getting into a new genre a genre that they have never really been great at is the online gaming. They can come out with some heat. It's just according. if they can do it. I mean, it's the same question that people will ask about Microsoft when it comes to their single player games. Like, there's no question that they know how to work multiplayer games, and they know how to work a smaller single player experience with multiplayer games. But single player games under their belt, it's a little different. It's a little different. We as Xbox gamers do not have that go-to game yet. And we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, Fable was that, but Fable is now being rebooted. Like, I mean, there's a lot of things that's changed. So we'll see. But this could be the best opportunity for Sony to get back into the groove of things.
Embrace and do something different, to excite people that people might like. I mean, if everybody else is innovating, maybe you should innovate yourself. Don't copycat. Innovate something different.
We just want to compete.
Competition comes from innovation. And it's always been like that for everything in the world, not just gaming.
Sir X-Man, innovation is huge. But the word I think you were trying to say, like before, I think it was evolve. Like Sony needs to evolve with the time.
Evolve and innovation, they're almost on the same letter.
Well, innovate is basically changing the game.
That's different. Yeah,
that's changing the game. Where evolution is more, staying up to speed with what's going on today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. I'm a very old gamer. Did
he just call himself very old? That's weird. That's weird.
But
he likes the young women. He likes the young women, though.
I could be like some of these really older gamers that don't embrace the new technology and the new future and stuff like that. But I've learned to grow with it. And some things I like, some things I don't like. But I think it's beautiful for our industry. Sony's problem is they've always been stuck in the past.
Well, I'm not one of them people. They had a problem. They have always, whatever genre, whatever business division that they were kind of like dominant in, they always had a hard time evolving. If they weren't the ones evolving it, if the industry itself was evolving, they kind of got their stubborn hat on, and they're like, no, we're not moving, we're not doing that. This is what we do. We're number one over here, and everybody's gonna follow us. And we saw it from the music industry and music distribution. That you could be stubborn like that, but if that industry is gonna evolve a certain way, that's the way it's going, and you're not gonna stop it, even if you're considered like the number one company within that industry. All right.
Back in the day, I'm being honest, Sony didn't even want or like online. They really did not.
Yo, Sir X-Man, Ham Solo said you need to go to vet, sir.
I know what that fucking
I agree.
I'm being real on that fact. They didn't believe in online.
Somebody sing him a lullaby, please.
No, I'm awake, bro.
I can tell you're awake, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Is Fred even still here?
Fred's watching the game. Fred ain't giving a damn. He loves it when we talk.
I know, right?
Talk all day, and he ain't got to say too much, so he don't have to pay attention.
Yeah. He can chime in whenever he wants. He'd be like, "Yo,"
but even K Mega know that's because he's a little older veteran gamer just like me.
No,
and he's not that damn old, but you know,
I'm 25.
But he knows back in the day, Sony didn't really want to embrace online. They wanted to stay where they were at.
Right.
And that attitude is catching up with them right now. And I wanted to say this earlier, but I didn't want to interrupt nobody. Activision is
you've been interrupting people all night.
I have not. I don't even try it. I've been good tonight by not bothering people.
He's like, "Oh, Crispy, can I get in on that Red Dragon? Can I get in on that Red Dragon? I'm getting in on that Red Dragon."
I was pissed. I was pissed. You had to let me be pissed, dude. But Activision
agreed with my point.
Activision is the second oldest gaming developer out there. And
That's because they bought
that
Sierra. That's really what it comes
no,
down to.
no. They've been around
That-
since
that
Atari.
was-
They
that was
made
a huge
all
deal.
they made pretty much all the Atari games back in the day, dude. They really
Yeah,
did.
they've been
I
around
know,
made a
but it
lot.
wasn't.
They made a
It
lot.
wasn't.
Yeah. So for Microsoft, a new person, a new, console, 20-something years here to buy the oldest game developer out there, it scares people. It really does. And
I
it
hear you. I
scares
don't think they
Sony
look
more
at
than
it like that.
anybody.
I don't think they look at it like that. I think Sony's just
Yeah, I don't
looking
think
at.
they look at it.
I think
either,
they're
yeah.
looking at the fact, like I said before, and I think it was in.
Well, I look at it that way though.
It was when I was talking to Pred about their Game Pass service, and being self sufficient, and Jamie Moran said, it's kind of like Disney Plus, and look at Disney Plus, they are the number one movie and TV show streaming service out there now. And
So
they
if
are
you want to
when
run
it-
that
when it- when it-
comparison,
when it-
Xbox,
they're
then you
completely
should run the fact
self-sufficient.
of all the IPs that Disney had when they came. Just imagine all the IPs that Activision had.
Yeah. Well, see, and
that they
that's
can bring.
Sir X-Man. See, that's the thing. A lot of people, everybody's talking about Call of Duty and stuff, and you know me.
It ain't all
I'm-
about
like,
Call of
can-
Duty.
can I'm not a Call of Duty guy. Like I don't play it. Once
you
it,
will be this year. I will
once-
give you the game.
Once they put it in Game Pass, I'll definitely try it out, stuff like that. But I never invested in it. It was never really my game. But when Phil Spencer said, "Yeah, those IPs that they have, like we'll bring some of those back," and he even mentioned some, and yeah, you look at the list of
Bring us
games.
Test Drive.
You look at the list of games that they have under their belt that they do.
They don't
nothing
own
with,
Test Drive 5 anymore.
Yeah, I know it sucks, bro.
that they don't do anything with, and you're like, damn, man, that's what really interested me when it came to this acquisition, and that's what I'm excited about. It's not just Call of Duty and all that good stuff.
It's Guitar Hero for you and me.
Yo, he did say Guitar Hero, bro. He said it.
I
and
know.
I
Exclusive.
I keep my hype in check though. I don't really.
Why would you want that game to be exclusive?
That's a pipe dream. I don't know because
Well, they'd have to make new
that's
peripherals.
that's
so
making
it might be
peripherals and stuff
exclusive.
like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I would be really happy with that. But it's not for me. It's not about Call of Duty. I know a lot of people out there. I mean, it is the number one selling game year after year after year. So I'm not going to ignore that huge ass community that plays Call of Duty, even though I don't play.
You keep
You know
that
what I'm
money
saying?
coming in. You keep that money coming in.
But yeah, no, guys. On that note, I gotta look at we're getting close to 10:30 and stuff like that.
I'll let Sony for real. I'll let them figure it out. I mean, you know what I'm saying, and I think that they will do that. I think Microsoft wants I think by the end of this generation, and I still think this is going to be a long generation, but maybe towards the end of the generation, they're going to be like, no, Sony, you need to figure it out because COD belongs to us, and COD will only be here.
Well, I was
You know what I'm
surprised. I was surprised when it came out that Phil offered 3 more years after the original agreement is up.
Yeah, in
Because-
January, yeah.
Because I felt like they want to collect all that money anyway, and
Crazy
just,
generous, right? Yeah.
They want to collect all that money from Call of Duty being multi-plat. But then again, I also thought about it, and I was like, well, yeah, no, they want to go back to the negotiation table and be like, yo, you want this game on your platform? All right, let's talk. Let's talk about this shit because you put us through hell with certain things throughout these numbers of years. Let's negotiate now. Let's see how we can help each other out. And I don't know. That's gonna be interesting.
Fuck that. Kumbaya time is over, dude.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, this is going to make what because this also isn't smart
money,
either.
Bro. It's money.
Yeah,
bro.
but this isn't even going to. But no, they're going to make their money because they can put those Call of Duties on Nintendo. So that they're going to make their money regardless.
And PC for free with Game Pass.
Right,
Hear that,
right.
Prince? You can play it on PC with Game Pass. You ain't got to buy it no more, buddy. Call of Duty.
So that's
the damn
right
sure
there,
have
yeah.
crossplay then, yo.
Right. Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they got
Definitely.
crossplay now.
Cross
They got
play,
crossplay now.
cross save, play with your
Yeah.
friends whenever you want, even in the
They're gonna-
cloud.
they're
They'll
if you
just
want
give
to.
you Warzone and that's it, Jack.
They're
Oh.
going to use Call of Duty as leverage for Game Pass on PlayStation.
Oh man!
Oh,
Especially on PC.
is that a prediction, Greg? Is
Call
that a
of Duty,
prediction right
Call
there?
of Duty on PC. You don't have to
Fred's
go
been
to the
saying that for a
Activision
long
store.
Say
time.
that
You don't
for a
have
minute.
to go to the
They've been saying
Activision
that.
store.
You've been saying that more than a year.
Man, people are gonna go to Game Pass just for Call of Duty on the PC, dude. That's big money. Now you're reaching out to billions of people. Now
Right, like
Microsoft
they
is reaching out.
don't need PlayStation at that point because PlayStation.
Oh no,
Could,
Starfield's
they
going to
don't
be the one that's going to grab the PC people.
right.
Yeah, with
When they
all
put
the
Starfield on
mods.
PC,
Yeah, Microsoft said you could mod on PC with Starfield.
But this is
but
the
it's
thing.
going to be in Game
yeah.
Pass. That's going to be their
Right.
selling point.
It's
for
going to be in
Pass
Game
for them.
Pass, yeah.
And then
Xbox's strategy is so smart now. Is that they will have something for everybody. Call
Yes.
of Duty is just Call of Duty is one of the bigger names.
Variety, bro.
But that variety is what, like I said, what made the 360 so amazing was the variety. That shit right there, whoo, what Xbox is getting, and then of course for the other studios that they're gonna be adding.
Sega.
What's that song from
NetherRealm.
Beverly Hills Cop? Can't make it. The heat is on.
I want some NetherRealm or some
He
Toy
is
Tecmo.
on.
Let's get it. I want some Toy Tecmo. Let's do that.
Man,
Let's
I
do
just
that.
I again, I'll just say Sega because of all the IP
I
under their
would
belt.
love Sega too, but I mean, I think that they got a partnership now. I think now I just think that they got a partnership. I don't think that they need to purchase anymore.
Best thing to do is just wait and see,
But
bro.
that Koei Tecmo or that Konami, ooh, that sounds delicious.
Well, you know who I still want. Everybody know I want Crystal Dynamics. Everybody know I want.
Hey man, because I mean that for Kojima to just sign up with Xbox so quickly.
I know, right?
What's in the cards?
And he
what's
didn't
going
ask for
on
no
there?
money. He
Well,
didn't even ask for no
Kojima
money.
wants
He
to do
just wanted
something.
to do it.
I think
So
Kojima wants to do something with the cloud, and like I mean, they basically went.
What about his baby, Metal Gear 5 or 6, whichever one it is? I think it's 6 now at this point. Metal Gear, and you doing this stuff with the cloud, and he can finish his series off the way he wants to without no interruption.
And Microsoft will be like, "Look, we'll help you out. We're gonna get the rights
We
from
got
Konami.
We got Konami IPs. We good. Konami just gave it all
we'll
to
buy
us.
it for you. We'll buy the rights out for you. Then you go on and make your new
I'm not sure. I can't sign off on the Metal Gear thing, man. I think it's something all Kojima.
I want a new Zone of the Enders before Metal Gear, but that's just
I want another Metal Gear.
I'm just like whatever.
Yeah, just get
Yo,
it.
chat,
I
do
mean,
you
I
hear
want
the
NetherRealm.
excitement? Do you hear the
and,
excitement in the panel right now on the what?
Good
could
for
be?
Xbox gamers. The excitement is great. Listen to that.
Yeah, you hear
Yes.
that?
after 2022, people, 2023, 2024,
Not paying
2025.
$70 for games.
It's going to be just games coming out from Xbox that will shock us. You don't know. You're not going to know what to do.
You
are
not.
It's
time to end the show.
I'm excited for the next.
He did his best impersonation of Busta Rhymes right there. He's like, y'all.
Hey,
he said, young. What the hell was that?
Praise be to Julio, man. Sorry about Julio's passing, man. He was a great artist.
Oh yeah. Shout out to Coolio. Yes.
Shout out to Coolio, man. I couldn't believe that. But guys, everybody in the chat, if you haven't done it yet, definitely hit the thumbs up. Guys, we gotta wind it down. Like I said, I got work going for the weekend. I have to go to bed early, even though I want to get back in on NBA 2K.
I'm
shout
on
out
2K right now, enjoying myself. Let's go.
Shout out to everybody, gaming out there on Xbox. Just to let you know, my gamer tag is the same as this YouTube channel. It is Xbox448. And believe it or not, I play games. And I play games with people.
Not this weekend.
Can you buy them?
So definitely, add me on Xbox if you want to run. Like right now, I am playing NBA 2K. I'll jump in on Fortnite. I'll jump in on Minecraft. I haven't gotten a lot of people to play Minecraft with, man, and I definitely want to dive back into that.
I need to play Grounded.
I really want to play Grounded.
We gotta try.
Really want to play Grounded, man. I'm hearing some good shit about that story. Like,
still enjoying Proteus.
Telling people don't spoil it for me. But yeah, no, I definitely, we got to take down that praying mantis, bro. We got to take that shit down.
We got to play Proteus co-op, dude. You know it's co-op, right?
Oh, I'm down.
You always want to play the corniest shit, man, at the wrong
Man,
time.
Proteus is this.
Come on,
yo, it'll be the day. Yo, the day
Proteus
scoring.
is the shit, dude.
Yo, the day scoring comes out. He'd be like,
No,
yo,
it's good.
let's play some Pac-Man co-op. Yo, let's go.
Right, like what?
I will
Man,
kick your ass.
I'm playing Persona and Batman. What are you talking about?
Nah, you playing basketball.
I'm right now. Once I
Yeah,
get my season, I'll kind of hold back and then I'll get back on it. But I'm still gonna.
You know, there's gonna be another
doing my
season
sports thing.
after this season, right? It's gonna be a whole different thing.
There's like 8 seasons or whatever. Yeah.
No,
I'll still be playing, but I'm not. But I'm not because the games that I'm looking forward to, they're gonna take a lot of my time. So. Of course, Gotham Knights. Shout out to Gotham Knights. I'm so excited. I'm even more excited. And then, of course,
fuck out of here.
Oh, I'm happy for you.
And Midnight Suns. Oh man, you know what I'm saying? I can't wait. Can't wait, man.
Nice. Well, guys, I will let you know. October is going to be a huge month for me, man. Whether it's anime coming out, I already started watching the new My Hero. Of course, Bleach, 1,000-Year Blood War comes out this coming week.
I am actually interested in Bleach. I love Bleach.
Dude, I can't wait for 1,000-Year Blood War. This arc is going to be insane. I watched the first minute of the first episode, and they start off with their foot on the gas pedal. There's no build-up or anything. They go right into this shit. Yo, I cannot wait. But then, of course, there is Scorn. Guys, I believe Scorn comes out I want to say October 14th. Am I right on that? I believe it's
sounds right.
It's the 14th. And the
It's
funny
right
thing
before
about
Plague
that,
Tale.
without even thinking about it, I'm actually gonna be home. I'm not gonna be working on the 14th, so I might stream that shit live. Like, as soon as I can go ahead, download and play that game, man. Because I'm excited for that. It is more of a creepy puzzle type game. Kind of like, kind of figuring out where you are and how to get the hell out of it. But I'm digging it, man. I'm digging what I've seen so far. I can't wait to dive into that. Guys, I hope your October is going to be great as well.
I'm just playing golf.
Oh yes, and PGA 2K23 comes out. I do have the I guess you could say the deluxe edition.
I saw it on the Twitter.
The Shut Up edition.
I don't have the Shut Up edition. I don't have the Tiger Woods edition, which was over $100. I got the $100 one, man.
You got to get you got to get the Shut Up edition.
Yeah, dude, I got the Shut Up edition when it came to NBA.
Oh,
I can't tell everybody shut up for every game I buy, bro. I can't do that, man. It's not like that, yo. But
well, if I could do those threes in the rec, that would be nice. With contested and everything. Oh my God.
But yo, huge shout out to the chat. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Like I said before, we are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. I want to see everybody here next Thursday. Not only that, but yo, you can do this, man. There's nothing holding you back. Yo, bring a friend. Let's get everybody in here talking games, having fun. This is your home for gaming news and entertainment. And with that being said, like a 40-year-old with a comb over, it is time to get those plugs in. And we're gonna start with my brother Crispy. Crispy, it is your outro, bro. What do you got to tell the people?
Stuff.
And things. Stuff and things.
At Christian Bomb on Twitter, Christian Bomb 28, Xbox Live. You can find me tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. We got Breakfast of Boom. We got Retro Renegades Tuesday night, 7 p.m. Primetime Gaming Wednesday, 7 p.m. And of course, once again, back here on the next podcast, Thursday, 8 p.m. Prime time, baby.
Prime time, baby. Love it, man. Oh, dude, man. Like, how do you get any personal time, bro? You got all these shows, man. It's crazy.
I'm freaking magical.
Magical.
Like a unicorn.
You know what? I believe unicorns are loosely related to ponies, by the way. I just want to let you know that.
It's just a better pony.
It's a better pony. Better at opening cans with that horn. But yo, speaking of cans and drinking, it's the man who will always bring the the ice in the glass in the beginning of the show. It is Predator. He is an exclusive here on Next Podcast. Yo, Pred, what do you got to tell the people tonight, bro?
I'll see y'all Thursday, man. Right here, same time, same place.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Maybe some more acquisitions by then. Who knows?
Hey, wait a minute. You didn't give no Predator outro, K-Mega. That ain't right, man.
I'm playing ball.
He didn't even
Ain't
give the
nobody
intro.
worried
He
about
didn't
that.
even do the intro.
I ain't heard that all day.
Hold on. I'll hit us with the good shit on the way out.
That R&B? Are we getting hit with that R&B?
You breaking tradition, K-Mega. Come on, baby.
No. He gonna make up for it. He gonna make up for it. That R&B
it's right here. I'm looking at it right now.
Yeah. And with that being said, let's go to the godfather of the Atari controller, of course. It is Sir X-Man. Yo, Sir X-Man, you are a streamer. You are a podcaster. You got to let people know where they can find you, bro.
You can catch me at 9 o'clock Central on Noof Nukem's channel for Gaming After Dark. That's so much fun. You can catch me tomorrow with the king of all kings, the god of all gods, the ruthless slayer of shooter games. Can't make a 4 or 5 on GRG.
Oh my goodness.
Well, no, I'm more about the fighting games. You know what I'm saying? I'll give Lemon the shooting game stuff, but you know what I'm saying? But yeah.
All right, games, I rephrased that.
You're drinking that Yobi Kool-Aid right now, though.
The
bro.
king of all fighters on Sunday fight night.
And Matt Extraordinaire. Yeah, we'll go with that.
All right, now I ain't gonna push it that damn far. Don't get greedy, dude.
Okay.
I can hear K-Mega's head getting bigger right now. It's just swelling.
And we will see you tomorrow on GRG, where I will get my full rant out. No hold back, nothing barred back.
Good.
And next week on as a guest on the next podcast.
Yeah, I love it. Yo, tomorrow night before GRG, he's gonna pop that little blue pill just to make sure he's up for it.
Dude, I don't need no blue pill. I'll be wide awake and ready to go off.
That's where he goes and says, "Yes, I am William."
I wish my buddy Crispy would be there tomorrow. That would be fun.
Nice.
Lord,
Yobi said
mercy.
he is back on Sunday, I believe, for fight night. He said his internet.
No, I'm talking about on GRG tomorrow. I would love to have.
I said Yobi.
Hey,
on
said
Sunday.
He don't want you.
Sir X-Man.
I did not say that. I said he did not say that.
Yo, chat, do you hear what I do? You hear?
Well, that's what
Anybody from the next.
That's what you get from mumbling and playing basketball.
I think K-Meg would rather have me on.
Oh man, true. I think that's true.
But it would be fun to have you because I might be on my last few weeks of podcasting. I'd love to have Crispy there.
Oh, all right. Now you. Oh, Jesus! Come on, man.
Wow.
Stop getting all emotional, guys.
I'm stepping away.
Yeah. Well, speaking of,
I love you guys. I love you guys.
Speaking of
Fuck
emotional,
you, Yobi. Back. Fuck you back, Yobi.
It is the king of the A buttons turn, of course. Yo, K-Mega DRG going live tomorrow. What is going on with that? What is going on?
We gonna go light because I gotta get to play in the before it shuts down on 2K, so I can be in the night lights. You know what I'm saying, in the club.
Oh,
Club
2K.
2K. Yeah, Club 2K. I gotta be there.
Saw, I put some of it in the beginning of the gameplay. I don't know if you saw it or not.
I did see a little bit of it. I didn't see it all, but I seen a little bit of it. Yeah, but we'll be doing it. You know what I'm saying? Having a good time. I can't say anybody on GRG is exclusive. Everybody is whores on my podcast. So except for me.
Yo, even you're over here, bro. What are you talking about?
Everybody, because Pred is exclusive. This is the only podcast that Pred does. Sir X-Man, he's whored out. Ham Solo, he's wore out because he's whored out so much. So you know what I'm saying? So and
Loke, we don't know what's going on with him.
Loke, we don't know. He just nasty. So we don't know. You know what I'm saying? Nasty man for the motherland. So and then shit, we got guests. They hoard out. So I mean, hell, there ain't nothing else to do. It's just me. I'm just exclusive to. Well, I'm not even exclusive. Hell,
Yo, chat. If you're a hoard out gamer, get in touch with K Mega. He's got a job for you. Yeah.
I got a job for you. If you're a hoard out podcaster, come to GRG. We got you, baby. We got you. We take care of our good hoes. Okay, let's go. Anyway, fight night will be back. I know I haven't done it in a couple. Fight. I see. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gotta get because I got the jumpsuit. I look like a prisoner. I gotta get out the orange. So yeah, I gotta definitely do it. So tomorrow night. Anyway,
you see that Jordan.
Fight night will definitely be back. Sunday. I'm going to do a video to where I'm going to make some changes. We're going to do some changes to GRG as well. That's going to be coming up here in a couple of weeks. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go to cameras. They're going to get to see us. You know what I'm saying? We're going to be, so I might be looking fly. You're going to see me with my Rams, with Padres hat, because I don't even put that on. You know what I'm anyway, we're going to be anyway. We'll be doing some changes with GRG and other stuff, but we'll still be the same time, Friday. This is what we do. We ain't going, we ain't moving. This is what we do. But fight night will be back. I think I'm about moving fight night earlier. Because just sometimes when trying to play certain games, they just don't, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes the lobbies are just dead. And of course, you know what I'm saying? That's that I want to interact with other people, especially if people don't come through or whatever. So, but if Yobi comes through, it's going to be awesome. We'll get to play. There's so many games that's out there that got to do characters and things like that. So we'll definitely get to do that. Sports night, I've been saying we're going to do that. We're definitely going to get that popping, start streaming that. Me and Don will be streaming. Devin the Gamer will be back next week. And then, last but not least, man, we're about to get the hell out of here, man. Really do appreciate everybody stopping up, pulling out. And I said pulling out. I mean, pulling up, because that's what I was going to
we appreciate you pulling out. We appreciate you pulling out, too, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know.
We appreciate your right to choose whether or not you want to pull out. We'll put it that way.
But anyway, so go check out the GRG podcast tomorrow night, and of course I'll be dropping a video, and I'm going to be on somebody else's podcast before GRG, so I'm going to be doing double duty. So it's going to be crazy. Ashtrays and then podcast.
Okay,
so I'm going to be plenty messy. So so it's going to be a good time. So come and check us out. And appreciate it. But anyway, before we go,
let me suck them titties, baby. Let me suck them titties, baby. Let me suck them titties, baby.
Fred's not even singing.
I'm home.
Fred went to sleep.
Titties.
He's like that. I took that as a command and started to proceeded to. But chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Again, we are here every Thursday, 8 p.m. Join us next week for the next podcast. Have a great night, everybody.
Prime time.
Peace out, everybody. Be safe.
We will use the old ways.
Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate. We need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay